Hello everybody, welcome back to the Beaverstream. I am your wonderful person. Hello, I'm Chip, and this is Josie.
I had blood work today at the endocrinologist. They're probably going to see that my booby levels are too low, and they're going to up my dose. So that's...
Oh god, I got a flea on my foot. Oh no. I'm gonna kill this flea before I do anything in the game. That's what I'm...
Chip has fleas, everybody!
I do, it's my cats. They just keep bringing in the fleas. We spray them with flea stuff.
Chip,
it doesn't work.
Chip, you don't have to pretend. We understand. We understand.
Yes. Okay.
You're a furry.
Anyway. Well, I mean, literally true, but not relevant.
Cats!
Hello, Immortal Z-Man. Oh yeah, Spidey's really quiet for some reason. I can't do anything about that.
Spidey is always very quiet forever. Spidey is very quiet because they're now not here.
Yeah. Hello, Vitor588. I don't recognize your name. You're new in chat, I think. Hello, Immortal Z-Man. Hello, Mr. Artaka. And hello, Xeon. Xeon said he'd be back later.
Did I fix it?
Long. Oh yeah, you're better now.
We should do Twisted Metal head on.
Oh whoa.
Oh whoa indeed.
Oh whoa indeed.
Liam should stream more Star Wars games.
Liam doesn't know how to play video games. He's stupid.
You see, the problem with Star Wars games is they use Star Wars music.
Ah, yes.
True. They also vary in quality.
Yeah.
Also, the person we had handle Star Wars games, yeah.
Yeah. We had a falling out with the person who actually likes the Star Wars games.
Well, things happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the hell weapon was I using? That
Happening
one, I think.
happens.
Robots.
Robots! How do they work? I started reading questionable content because I found out that there are sexy robots.
What?
Ah.
That webcomic with the name, it's literally called questionable content.
Oh.
I'm guessing it's supposed to be a Penny Arcade pastiche because that was kind of like a trend, like everybody wanted to be the next Penny Arcade. But this one, they got bored about 2,000 comics in and just started making robot porn, and I think that was the best decision.
Yeah, that's
gay robot porn,
yeah,
or straight robot porn, or all sorts of robot porn of varying descriptions.
They have no gender.
Well, some of the robots do. Questionable content that there are pre-built body types for the robots with their brains in, and
Even Transformers, they address the fact that they have no sexual organs, so they don't have gender.
Some of the robots in questionable content have what they have self-described Barbie doll. And some of them don't. Yeah, it's like there's doing a thing where it's like one of the robots is an ex-convict, so they can't afford a good body, so they got a shitty ass Barbie doll thing that's constantly falling apart, and so they're doing like a civil rights campaign to get them a good body, and then it worked out, and now she's super tall and got the boobies. I want to be super tall and got the boobies. I am one of those things. I would like to be 3 of those things. Yeah, questionable content. It's very good.
Oh, that's good. They put in a thing where you can't accidentally backflip yourself off the edge. That's nice.
There was one where a robot broke her leg, so she went to a body shop to get her leg fixed, and then then the mechanics asked, "So, is there anything else you want while you're here?" And then she asked for butt implants. And
nice.
Well, then they gave her then they ordered her butt implants.
I mean, there's only one thing to do in that situation:
And
get
then,
the butt implants.
And then the next night she went to a bar and got real drunk and woke up on some strangers' apartment floor one day. That was cool. So I've been reading a lot of this, and by a lot I mean not even close to all of it, because it's like 4,000 comics. I still haven't read about
You
Bub.
can do it, Josie.
Well, I mean I got other stuff to do. Like I gotta watch this show about card games. Maybe you've heard of it.
Nah.
And of course all blood work I needed to do today. I mean this week. And what else do I do? Fuck it. I don't know. I just work here. Hey!
I don't.
I'm playing Duel Links because it's the easiest thing for me to do with myself. And my head is a cookie. I just got Catapult Turtle.
Yay!
For some reason, I've been just ramming my camcorder up Yugi's ass over and over and over again, and I have not gotten Catapult Turtle yet, and now I have it.
He's... Oh, I'm gonna get blasted as soon as I let go of this inventory button.
I bet none of see that thing I said about ramming a camcorder up Yugi's ass.
Yes.
So that actually is the thing that makes sense to people who know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But nobody here knows or cares what I'm talking about, so it just comes out as gibberish.
So you know how the Mandalorian has this super shiny new armor?
Yeah, he got an ice cream machine, an ice cream maker full of black metal armor. Yes.
Yes.
Beskar, yes.
And Beskar is apparently a new canon version of Mando Steel, which is
That's a very stupid name.
Mando Steel is an indestructible alloy made by the Mandalorians during their war with the Jedi, and it is lightsaber proof apparently.
The war with the Jedi is still canon.
But no,
I've tuned Spidey up, so now you should be able to hear him better.
The hot lady with the horns is gonna.
But none of the other older public stuff is still canon. Sad face.
The hot lady with the horns and the feather and the feather, not the feather thing, the fur thing. She looks like the Mandalorian wearing a fur coat for some reason, and I really, it's a look. I like it. Anyway, what was I talking about? What am I thinking? Where am I? So Super Carlin Brothers made an entire video about the storage container that Werner Herzog gave the Beskar armor to the Mandalorian in. Apparently, that is a prop from a random throwaway background character in Revenge of the in
Return of the Jedi?
No, what was the fifth one?
Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, that one. So they just had a whole bunch of random props, and they gave them around to the extras when Cloud City was exploding, and they said, "Hey, the city's exploding. These are the last valuables you'll ever have. Go nuts!" And one guy, I guess, was just carrying an ice cream machine and needed to act like this was the most important thing in his life that he needed to protect when his town was exploding. Eventually, it was canonized that no, it's a safe.
Full of Beskar?
Well, no. I mean, it's just a generic safe. It could be anything. people keep their valuables in it. It
I'm
just
pretty
so
sure
happens. It just so happens though that the prop was literally an ice cream machine.
I'm pretty sure the Mando steel in the Mandalorian is some of the last like Mandalorian steel in the universe.
Yep. What Werner Herzog calls it, a Camtono, is a reference to a viral video of a child announcing ice cream very badly. They are asked to say ice cream. They say Camtono. That's not even close. Babies, how do they work?
Oh god, I accidentally zoomed in with the rifle and now the whole screen zoomed in and I can't get it to stop.
I have the zoomies.
Oh no, this is uncomfortably zoomed in. Right, okay, I'm gonna have to...
Someone was made of ducks before here.
Chip, get good.
Okay, right, no.
How dare you! Only I am allowed to be. Only I am allowed to be a parakeet in this squirrel zone.
Chip, build a better bridge.
Okay, no. It's just... Right, oh, hang on, I think I might be able to unfuck the camera a little bit. No, it's still fucked. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
This camera is just permanently zoomed in now.
Video games.
Oh god.
This is terrible. I
think if you die, it'll reset.
Apparently, Werner Herzog.
Yeah, but so will the enemies.
Apparently, Immortal Z-Man says Werner Herzog actually convinced the filmmakers to have Baby Yoda be a puppet instead of CGI.
Yeah, isn't it? Don't they mostly use practical effects in The Mandalorian, which is why it looks so good?
More or less, the backgrounds are video projections.
But they look so real.
Deck. But everything else is practical, yes.
Which is why it looks better than most of the new Star Wars movies, which everything in there looks like.
They basically anything that the characters need to interact with is practical effects. And instead of having a green screen for the backgrounds, they have a literal fucking holodeck for some reason.
Yeah, they have a holodeck with like some props in it.
Yeah, I think The Mandalorian is probably like the most like
practical. I think it's one of the last major productions used mostly practical effects.
Like they've invested so much effort into making this show good, and it's surprising just how good it turned out. Just how good it turned out. The only thing
Disney wants Star Wars fans to love them.
Yeah, well, Star Wars fans loved it except for Gina Carano. And but don't worry, guys. Gina Carano hates trans people, so now the Star Wars fans love her for some reason.
What?
Oh no.
Who's that?
Gina Carano just casually told someone on Twitter that she blocks anybody that has pronouns in their bio because she found out it's a trans thing, and she doesn't like trans people, I guess. And then people got mad at her, and then she was like, well, I just talked to Pedro about it, and he explained to me what pronouns are for, and I think I understand now. And so then she put beat bop boop in her bio.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's just digging the hole deeper. So she hates trans people and has spoken to, I guess Pedro Pascal, the actor who plays the Mandalorian, is literally the only person involved with the show who has any experience with trans people whatsoever, because he is apparently her authority on the subject, and she does not take him seriously at all, apparently.
Oh dear.
Apparently Pedro Pascal has a non-binary sibling, and that is why they are the authority on the subject. I am confused why they are literally the only person involved with the project who can tell Gina Carano to stop. But yeah, no. When the Mandalorian first dropped, everyone of the Star Wars fans, you know the ones, was all like, "Oh, this character's sister, you're pandering because she doesn't make my pee hard." And
sounds about right.
Yeah, I thought the Star Wars fans loved The Mandalorian because it was actually a male character who wasn't a
Oh
joke.
no, Gina Carano is literally the only thing that they disliked about The Mandalorian. Otherwise, the show is perfect. But now that Gina Carano hates trans people,
And probably gonna get kicked off. Probably gonna get killed
suddenly
off.
they all suddenly they don't hate her. And
He's probably gonna get killed off, honestly.
yeah. Yeah.
Disney seems to be in damage control mode with most of their new stuff.
Yeah, so I made a joke that Star Wars fans would probably decide they like The Last Jedi if Rian Johnson hated trans people. Star Wars
That's
fans.
probably too much of a stretch.
No.
I think it's not much to do with the guy who made it, it's just that it's how the way it is.
Look, they hated Gina Carano and Cara Dune, her character. They hated her. They hated her.
Hey, it's an escape pod.
For no reason.
Must have come from the Star Cruiser. And look, footprints.
And now it's
And
the other
then-
way around.
Made it off that ship
And then
alive.
as soon as Gina Carano came out as a bad person, then they turned around and were like, I suddenly like this character. And her and the actress.
There is a recording.
Oh
So
dear.
I was thinking Disney could probably reclaim the Star Wars fan base by just convincing J.J. Abrams to say he
If they
hates.
blacklist a bunch of the people who make their movies.
I mean, that's not what that thing I said. If they gave J.J. Abrams like a shit ton of what the fuck am I looking at right now? What the fuck am I looking at right now? What the
Captain
fuck
Swert?
am I? Is
what?
Are you
fucking
looking-
drag?
That is indeed Captain Quark in drag.
Why?
Oh my god!
Because he needs to get a cab, and I guess he's desperate. I don't know.
No one likes him, apparently.
What did he stuff in his shirt, and why is it so bouncy?
That's just his incredible pecs.
Oh, I
Damn.
thought that was part of his uniform that he shoved into his chest.
Okay.
Also,
So I guess-
he offered the guy a crotchetizer as payment.
Quark had
Uh.
a sister? Huh? No, that he's still alive. That was
Anyway.
Anyway, so if Disney gave J.J. Abrams like a shit ton of money to say, hey,
So I'm pretty sure Captain Quirk gave the guy a hand job, right?
if you
No, a crotchetizer. It's a device.
Hey JJ, if you pretend to hate trans people, the Star Wars fans will like our movies again. But here's the thing. Disney
What's he got there?
does not value the Star Wars fan base
Quark must have taken it
because
from the
they're
Star
terrible
Cruiser.
people.
That must be what he went back for.
The fan
Let's get
base,
back to the
Disney
facts.
and the fan base are both terrible.
They don't value any of their fan bases, they just want money.
Yeah, but the Star Wars fan base in particular, they're very bad people.
Oh, they're assholes.
Yeah, they
Definitely seems that way.
They changed their opinions on a character and her actress based on the actress's hatred of people who are different from her.
I'm just gonna say one thing about this type of thing. I don't care what an actor thinks. It doesn't affect my view of their character, of the character they play.
Yeah. Well,
It's like how Robert Downey Jr. I don't like him as a person, but I still like
You're
Iron Man.
you're more mature than all these idiots who are like, I changed my entire worldview because someone said a thing.
Like, I don't like any of the Avengers because they all seem like assholes in real life, but I like their characters because they are nothing like them.
Oh, and J.K. Rowling hates trans people, but that's old news.
No one cares
Yeah.
about her.
Apparently, her new book. She tried to write a book that wasn't about wizards, and it doesn't sound like it's come out pretty
It
well.
failed.
It's going to basically be what if Silence of the Lambs?
Just that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Sure.
seems like she just copied Silence of the Lambs homework.
Remade Silence of the Lambs.
It sounds like she just copied Silence of the Lambs' homework. Yeah. But also racist. It's also racist.
Lovecraft?
Sure. So it's a detective story, and the villain it turns out is a man in drag, but also a man in drag in a hijab. So it's also racist.
Oh.
It's basically it's a 2-for-1. It's a cis man pretending to be a trans woman, or a cis woman, or fuck it, J.K. Rowling.
Or a woman.
I don't know what the fuck she thinks he's doing, but he's doing.
You could just say that it's a dude, it's a guy pretending to be a woman.
It's a guy pretending to be a woman, but also pretending to be Muslim.
Oh god.
Yeah. So, earlier streams when we talked about how you can't really make Johnny Bravo in the modern era. Well, J.K. Rowling seems to think that this bullshit is acceptable, so fuck it. Cartoon Network could do Johnny Bravo.
It's because he's out of touch.
Very much so. She's very much out of touch. And
the way you started just then, it almost said J.J. Rowling. That would be a horrific sight to behold.
Look, their names are
Chip, you need to make that.
Look, they have 2-letter names that start with J. I can't help it.
Okay, here's how you do it, Chip. You put J.K. Rowling's face on J.J. Abrams.
We'll do that later.
Sounds easy.
So far, the only actor from the Harry Potter movies who's agreed with J.K. Rowling is Hagrid.
Oh.
And I'm disappointed by that, but apparently in real life, Hagrid's actor is quote, a grumpy old man.
So an asshole.
So an asshole.
So the opposite.
Yeah. Well, that's what acting is.
Well, he's a good actor then.
Yeah, he's a good actor. You got the impression that he really gave a shit about things and people. Nah, he's not. It's not about that. It's not about that. Yeah, so J.K. Rowling. Some people speculate that.
She's insane.
Some people speculate that she's not actually a transphobic jackass. She just wrote a terrible book, and this is her. And so to justify it, she modeled her persona after it. Now it's like, well, the only plot I can think of for my book is Silence of the Lambs, but racist. So I'm gonna just go with it. Yeah, this is me now.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
I don't either, but honestly, it's both pretty stupid. Either her editors let her go through with it.
I don't like J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
I've never liked her.
I like Harry Potter, the thing that she wrote.
Apparently, regarding Harry Potter, she apparently did a lot of
crimping,
like damage control, considering the fact that No, I'm saying the fact that she like retconned a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
She did a lot of damage control about the fact that it.
Yeah, she is
just a book about
before the transphobia. J.K. Rowling was infamous for retconning shit in
like
Harry
the fact
Potter.
that Hermione's apparently black, even though she's very white in the book.
Hermione's apparently black now, and Dumbledore was gay the whole time, and yeah. So
there was a Jewish kid who has a very stereotypically Jewish name.
When they actually started making Harry Potter prequel movies with J.K. Rowling in charge, I thought that okay, maybe they're gonna actually, if they have a gay sex scene with Dumbledore in it, then
oh god,
everything will be forgiven. You want to know what they didn't have? Specifically, what they didn't have?
The gay sex scene.
Yeah, I think that the most homoerotic Dumbledore, who is in the second Fantastic Beasts movie, I think the most homoerotic he gets is he pecks a guy on the cheek perfectly.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, wasn't it also a PG-13, so they couldn't really get away with a sex scene anyway?
I don't know, man. I haven't seen the movie. I don't give enough of a shit.
I heard it's bad.
You could have him hug a guy at least.
Or just normal kiss him.
We'll give him a head pat. Give him head pats.
Yeah.
Head pats.
Do what I do, head pat.
Let's see. Xeon says, "Isn't Hagrid old? Old people opinions are always bad." Hard agree. Hard agree.
Old people.
Not always.
Old people opinions are usually bad. Hagrid's actor is an old man and is bad. Hagrid, the character, seems cool, but that's acting for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene in the last episode of The Mandalorian where it's not important. This one character says something ignorant about the Mandalorian, about the Mandalorian culture, and then Cara Dune corrects them and is like, no, this is how it actually is. That's acting. That's acting. That's Gina Carano pretending to give a shit about people. That's what acting is. I think his name is, well, I'm trying to remember. So, like, the first article I saw about Hagrid was J.K. Rowling is being defended by Robert Coltrane. And I was like, who the fuck? And then they started actually, this is why news articles will always say, will always say the name of the character they played before the actual name. This person who played this character in this movie. Because if it's a well-known actor like fucking Tim Allen, you don't need that. You're gonna know who Tim Allen is. But if it's something like fucking Robert Coltrane, oh yeah, that is his name. Robert Coltrane, that's his name.
Sorry about that.
Or Robbie Coltrane. Or, who the fuck cares?
The only Coltrane I know is the Coltrane change in jazz.
The only Coltrane I know is the one from Gears of War.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't there a Coltrane from Gears of War, but you already answered that.
He is my favorite character. He's so fucking hilarious.
My favorite character from Gears of War is the chest-high walls. All of them.
Oh yeah, I watched an episode. Yes, I watched a video yesterday on all the terrible things the Game Grumps have done. And my god, it is expensive.
Where is fucking stealing my identity? Yeah. Where does stealing my identity rank?
Well, they mentioned the whole thing about the Soviet jump game.
Yeah,
the fact Dan ghosts women just to have sex with them and then sweeps them.
Oof.
I mean, I would have sex with Dan.
Same.
What else?
Fucking Soviet jump game.
The fact Susie's just one asshole in general.
Somebody joked that they had a video, a lost video from the Cartoon Network archives, and it was an ad for menstrual pads, and it said in the title that it was a joke, and in the description that it was a joke. And the menstrual ad is presented as a Cartoon Network video. Of course, it was a joke, and people got mad at her for that. And I was like, no, shut the fuck up. That's not the same.
There was another thing about their new editor is just a terrible person in general. Hashtag bring back Barry. No, he deserves better, but also the fact that apparently Aaron, even though he says he's not racist and doesn't like the N-word, has said the N-word several times before.
Gross.
Eh.
I think Liam said the N-word a couple times.
He did. It was in a Cody video, apparently.
A lot of people have said it.
But he got the N-word pass, apparently.
Yeah, everyone says the N-word. It sucks. I hate it.
It's one of those things where I think as long as you've, learned to not, then if you've said it in the past, then you can be forgiven for it.
When I was a kid, I was afraid of swearing and never swore. I've obviously fucking outgrown that habit. But the N-word still there. Still can. Can't even bring myself to say it if I wanted to, which I don't.
Yep, you know, fair.
It just feels disingenuous since the Game Grumps, you know, they say they support BLM, but then they say the fucking, you know, Aaron said the N-word plenty of times.
And where are the JK Grumps?
Yeah. I suppose I guess the thing on that is like, what's the timescale here? Like, how recently have they said it?
I think he said a few in like early Game Grumps episodes before they became big. You know, when they were more controversial.
Yeah, so it. In that case, I suppose it could just be a thing where like he hadn't learned. No.
They also had a lot on Newgrounds.
Yeah, I mean, people were a lot edgier on the internet back then, in the glory days of Newgrounds.
Yeah, it's better when people have to censor themselves.
I'm gonna close Duel Links.
I mean, obviously saying the N-word is bad, but you know what I mean, where you could just say what you thought and not have to fear about getting your entire life ruined.
I just lost a duel of Yuki on the minimum settings. All he had was a normal monster with 1,000 attack points.
Like, that's the worst part about modern internet. Like, you can get your life ruined for saying one bad thing.
Very tired.
That can be the case, yeah.
That is a minority of the cases, because most of the people that have their lives ruined because they said multiple things and they doubled down on it.
Good point.
Kevin Hart was going to host the Oscars. He said it was his lifelong dream to host the Oscars. Then it came out that he said a horrible thing once, and then they were like, "If you apologize, then you can. Then we'll just."
It's sort of like the whole thing that happened with James Gunn. Like
we'll just ignore that, and then he was all like, "Well, I would rather martyr myself than apologize."
It's kind of like the whole thing with that James Gunn getting fired from Disney.
Well, Disney didn't give James Gunn an option to apologize and then just forget about it. They went directly to firing him because of said a thing.
And before anyone mentions the whole thing about, if you remember the whole thing about Justin Trudeau, those pictures coming out about him having blackface, those are two different things. Saying some edgy things on the internet is not the same thing as, painting yourself as, apparently an Arab guy. When you look like when the main
Kevin Hart hosted the Oscars, if he just fucking sucked it up and said, "I'm sorry for that thing I did once."
You remember how in Team America, the main character has to go undercover in Afghanistan, I think, and he just covers himself in shit.
I don't know anything.
Yep, that sure was a scene.
Justin looks like that.
Zion asked what Ratchet Clank is about. I think it's about a cat guy and a robot guy having sex with a green guy.
Basically, yeah.
More or less, yeah.
That's what the new game's gonna be about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no.
I mean that and like capitalism and stuff.
I think the cat guy might be a cat girl or a cat femme guy.
Oh yeah, the new one.
We still don't know about what's up with Ratchet. Apparently, Sony has, they announced the price of the solid gold PS5 before they announced the regular PS5.
Yeah, there is a PlayStation event coming up. I think it's like later this week, which should have details.
At this very moment, we know that we can pre-order a $7,000 golden PS5. We do not know about the pre-order. We do not know how much it would cost to pre-order a regular PS5 that is not made of solid gold.
We also don't know when it's coming out.
Or that, yes.
Oh yeah, Z-Man, also Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder also just found base.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently, fucking Sony's really dropped the ball this time, this go around. Xbox has announced that the low-end, quote-unquote, low-end Xbox of the next generation isn't really low end at all. Like it's basically identical to the Xbox One X, but has a slightly lower resolution, and no, and it's just all digital, which is where the industry's going anyway. Who cares?
Oh God!
Half the
I hate
price.
that.
Half the price.
Yeah, it's like $300,
Half
which is
of
the
it.
same price as the Switch.
It is super affordable.
I hate the fact that digital is taking over and physical
Oh
is
yes,
going
I
away.
definitely get that. Yes.
Yep, same.
Because what happens if the servers go down? You can't play your games. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yep.
consumer. They can just decide, hey, you don't get this.
Exactly, because you don't. I think they even say you don't own the game. You just rent it, basically.
Yeah.
They literally say that.
You own a license to that game for
It's
as
a
long as
warranty.
the company says you own it.
Yeah. That's why you can't play it if, say, you're not connected to the internet. Like,
Just
if you aren't connected to the internet, you can't play the games you bought. Like, you spent like $120 to get. It's like, fuck you.
You guys, I think one of our regular viewers is a racist.
Well,
Oh no.
I'm
oh
sad.
God.
Who is it? Oh, Jesse Matt. Oh no.
Baby, no.
Oh, please say psych.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it was a bad thing, Z man. I knew it was like for a fucking big joke for Robert Downey Jr. Because that guy's insane. Robert Downey Jr. is fucking insane when it comes to roles.
He has a giant A.
Also, I love the fact that he just looks like Tony Stark now.
Yeah. He is doing.
He also looks like Tony Stark when he's stuck in his big alcoholism problem in the 70s.
He is Tony Chopper.
Tony
Ah, shit,
Chopper.
I just thought.
That's a One Piece.
It would be hilarious if they got Robert Downey Jr. to play Chopper in the One Piece.
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet, Chip, about it'd be kind of cool if they made every character like if they got actors for the characters for the new One Piece movie/show.
Match Otis headcanon, yes.
Yep.
Now, I wanted to bring up how strange it is that Oda only headcanons that the reindeer is from Canada.
What?
Well, I mean, okay, so obviously, like, he is the author of the series, so he can just say
I
it
know.
is, but, like,
Chopper is either a moose or a deer, and both of those are native to Canada, so of course Chopper.
So a reindeer.
Of course Chopper would be Canadian. Silly.
Well, actually, their proper name are caribou, apparently. They're just like,
Chopper is not a melon! He is a moose man!
kind of. Josie, why are you like this?
Moose!
Moosey.
Spoon.
Spoon, lad.
Asks if Iron Man should come back as a hologram in the MCU.
No.
Man, my
Just ruin it.
perception, my perceptions of you are just so completely thrown out the window now that when I read your sentence for the first split second I saw you ask a question, I thought it was gonna the end of that sentence was gonna be, should Iron Man come back as a black guy?
Oh no.
I mean, they kind of did that in the
I mean,
comics with
well, yeah, they could,
Riri
actually.
Williams.
Oh shit.
That is true.
Apparently, Ironheart
That
is
is the thing that happened.
I've heard
Frank-
Ironheart's a pretty boring character.
Frank Castle was black once.
Yeah, because some insane plastic surgeon made him black.
Yeah, for like 4 issues.
Yeah, because I think he got like shot in the face or something and needed to get like plastic surgery.
I think Luke Cage decided he's an honorary black guy.
Yeah. He looked like a black stereotype with he was black with blue eyes. So dumb.
Can we just
But it
re-
was
can we just
it was
reboot-
the 70s.
Can we just reboot humanity, please? Just the whole of it.
I mean, you gotta take this in the context of when it came out. It was the 1970s. Like, a lot of things have obviously culturally changed.
Is there a button we can push to just reboot everything?
Reboot?
That would be nice.
Should be just murdering these aliens.
I like murder. It's my favorite.
Yay, murder.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of Demolition Man? I might have talked about it before.
Yeah, with the seashells.
Yeah, it's where the fact it's a lot more culturally relevant now than it was back in the like 90s when it came out.
Yeah, a lot of movies about the future.
It's really scary how accurate
a lot
it
of
is.
movies about the future being boring.
Well, in Demolition Man, the future is kind of, I guess you would say it is dystopian. It's like, it's not dystopian in the same way Blade Runner is, where it's just a hellhole.
Oh no,
like,
Blade Runner is literally in California.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. California has always been a kind of a hellhole.
No. See, the sky is literally red in parts of California. It looks like a Blade Runner. It just looks like it. I'm not joking.
No,
there are photos, and it just looks like literal hellfire. It's a
I'm
pond.
not saying you're
California.
kidding. Also,
Yeah, I'm
that might
not
be a sign
kidding.
from God.
It's
That
just
might be a-
California is literally on fire, and we're
Okay,
just
almost on
letting
fire?
this happen.
Also, Chip,
Oh,
you killed that poor lad who was doing nothing, he was just vibing in a circle.
Yes.
What the fuck
But
was he
if I
even
got
doing?
close,
What was he even
he
doing?
would have killed me. He's just like, well,
Wa-
like you said, he was
walking
just
in a circle.
vibing.
Walking in a
Yeah.
circle. I like how they also don't care that. Hey, I think Jim just exploded.
Red Lobster and Mountain Dew have decided that they want to make margaritas.
Eee.
Mountain Dew margaritas. The Dew-garita.
Lord.
They couldn't have called it the Mountain.
Mountain.
I guess
Mountain
Mount-garita. Mount Garita! Why didn't they call it the Mount Garita? Wait, no, they could have called it the Mount Dew-rita. The Mount Garita.
But that sounds kind of like the Mount Dorito.
Fuck you!
I mean, I'm pretty sure they also did that.
I am a
They
cat.
did. Yes.
But I don't know if I've ever had Red Lobsters. I think I've been to Red Lobster. I don't think I've ever had any of these Cheddar Bay biscuits. Everyone's always like, I have tweeted it. Why didn't they call it the Mount Garita? Because then you can call or the you know what? It's because of the style guides or something.
Oh.
You gotta emphasize the word "do."
I see.
Morning Dew.
Do read.
Oh yeah, can I? So I have a movie recommendation for everyone to watch, and it is the second movie I've ever
Your
seen in my life.
your girlfriend turns into a big titty clown GF when she sneezes.
No, I will tell you what it's called. It's called Rosemore.
Okay.
Imagine Terminator meets the RoboCop. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hate it
Why?
because it's not what I said. The titties.
It's on YouTube. The entire movie is on YouTube.
Clowns.
You know, I'm just gonna send a link to it to the server.
The clown. What about clowns though?
What about clowns, though?
Big titty clowns.
Delicious.
Yes. Okay, so there's this guy. His name is Lemons.
So Rotor looks like he was dated in someone's backyard.
Yeah. So there's this guy with lemon. There's this guy named Lemons. Big titty clowns.
Big titty clown GF?
Big titty clown GF.
Big titty clown lemons?
The big lemon clown GF.
Ah, yes. Now I understand.
Clowns. The clowns.
The clowns. Need to bring out the clowns.
Soup.
Anyway, so hopefully we're gonna finish Ratchet 3 today. That's my goal.
Good.
We'll see how that goes.
How long do you think that'll take? 5?
I have no idea.
10?
More than you think, but less than you think.
Oh. 5? 10?
Yeah, I think everyone here should watch Rotor. It is
No.
the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
No, nobody here should ever look at anything ever again.
It's amazing though. But make sure to watch it after watching this amazing stream.
Nobody should ever look at anything ever again.
Not even the stream.
Nobody has eyes.
Especially the stream.
No, nobody has eyes. Ever.
That's 3K, bro.
Let's see. Sharkwolf says, look up the cover of the movie She-Borg. That sounds hilarious.
Alright, let me check. Let me look it up. She-Borg, 2016.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh,
What is it?
it's bad.
So you know the Borg from Star Trek, right?
Vaguely.
What if someone made it and didn't know what they were doing?
I think it's supposed to be one of those weird, like, throwback 80s type movies.
No, it's supposed to be bad.
Yeah,
That's
like
it
those
is.
bad throwback movies.
It's very
Like
bad.
Turbo Kid.
Shut up, it's bad.
Chip, put this on, look at him.
You know what, I will. I'll just finish this mission first.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you know what, screw it, I'll do it now.
It's bad and not good. Also, there's
Okay.
there's
Let's
a
have a
sequel.
Oh joy. Alright, let's see what we got here.
So bad.
She-Borg. Go away, Bing, I don't want you.
No one wants Bing.
Why
Or
is Bing the
internet Swert.
default?
For some reason,
Okay.
Yahoo is the default on my computer.
Nobody knows.
Uh,
Nobody knows how to be made of these.
What do you think of this, Chip?
Okay, that is quite something.
What do you think? Would you fuck it?
I mean, yes. Whenever you ask that question, the answer is yes.
What about a cat?
Is it a terrible movie?
Probably.
They're just
cat-
saying yes.
I'm gonna put both covers up, the original and the sequel.
Please don't.
Here
If
we
we're gonna do
go,
that, please
let's
balance
see.
it out with like RoboCop or something.
What about video games? What can we do with those?
You can eat them.
Yeah.
Here, Chip, I have the image that you can use to balance it out with, just to make it not as bad.
Sure. 1 second then.
Sure.
Let's put She-Borg over there. And
Put RoboCop next to it.
hang on. Sheborg Massacre.
Wait
Over
a second, I need to rub Robocop too.
Robocop. Nah.
Has anyone ever eaten a dog made of green?
No, the imbalance.
What if you had a dog and the dog was just solid green?
Here we go, Chip.
You would eat that green dog.
Put these two to balance out the evil that is Sheborg.
No, I've already switched back to the game. It's too late.
Damn it.
Calm down, children. There are no green dogs.
You're a green dog.
No, I'm a cat. Meow.
You're a green cat.
Big titty cat GF.
Yeah, this exists.
Meow.
My titties aren't big. But they soon might be.
So someone apparently made a remix of a scene from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, where it's just Kana stepping around in puddles.
Neat.
Cats.
I like that.
I like
So I
cats.
tried to delete my first thing that I said. It said it's December, and it was set December 31st, 1969. And it's 7 p.m.
And man, this takes a lot of hits. There we go. Destroyed.
I think this was bugged.
Video games. How do they work? They don't. They don't.
Video games, how the fuck do they even work?
Video games. How do they come?
How do they do?
How do they come?
How?
Too many cup.
Not enough cup. Okay, Sharkwolf says the last boss is a bullet sponge. Bring all your guns.
Bullet
Will do.
Guns, sponge, guns.
I do so love guns.
Big gun.
Zian's Mods says, who wants to see some weird tech?
Hey, Al,
What kind of
what's up?
tech?
Let's see. The neural matrix
Like
of this
Skid
autonomous
McMarks as a robot kind of
the
tech?
blueprint of the template's
Because I can see
original
that right now.
embedded at its core level. You
Somebody
must be
cool
out there-
tweeted
let's
something.
see. He means it may be
But
possible
I
to
follow
reverse the
too many
process.
cool people, so I don't know.
Cool. I
I
guess.
don't remember who
Al, you
tweeted it,
recovered a data disk from Nefarious's cruiser.
and I don't remember what it was,
Of course.
which makes it particularly hard
Yeah.
to find it.
Ooh. Omega class A.
I hate when that happens. When you know you saw something cool, but you don't know what it was or who made it.
Oh,
Or where.
we found
Yeah.
Or when.
interesting
How.
quarters. Hey, if it's another crotchetizer, I don't even want
Well,
to
fine.
I don't know anything.
It is episode
I don't know anything.
Nefarious series.
I don't know what I'm
And
doing.
everyone knows only 4 issues
Everyone
were
hug
ever
Josie.
published. Not even my pals in the
Hug.
Hugs are
Quartet
nice.
Fan Club have ever heard of this issue.
Hugs
And
are
those
best.
guys are real geeks, if you
Hugs
know
are
what I
great.
mean.
I like cats. They're very small.
Thanks, Al. We'll
And you
check
can
it
hug
out.
them and squeeze them.
Yes.
But they will probably hate you
Alright.
if you squeeze them too much.
Time for the final Quark vid comic.
It's okay. Cats are liquid.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're a liquid, Josie?
Yeah. Drink me, and you'll gain my power.
Please no.
But then you won't be around.
I'm gonna drink you, Josie. That's
Bonus.
weird.
Bonus. Yeah, you're too
I just
young.
want Liam to join in and be like, what the fuck is on the screen?
You know,
we would.
I get the
We put it
Okay.
on the screen.
Yeah. I get the feeling that these Quark vidcomic sections are supposed to be widescreen, because, like, some things look wrong and, like, squished. Like,
Probably.
circles, they don't look right.
I mean, this was for like, when did this come out? This was like a PS3
Well,
game?
no, it was a PS2 game.
Yes, this is when TVs were
I-
still square.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is, like, that most of the game runs in widescreen. The cutscenes don't, or at least some of the cutscenes don't. I think this one is meant to, though, and they just said it wrong.
I was a teenage cat.
You're in my secret prison, awaiting the most ingenious and depraved.
Yes, you were at some point.
I was a regular cat.
Come, Lawrence. It's time for my massage.
Sometimes.
Oh, goody. Using his antenna as a lockpick, Quark eventually managed to open the door to his cell.
I don't want some people killed, and some people other killed.
But his escape did not go unnoticed.
Have you ever?
Indeed.
Have you ever thought about death?
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
That answers my question.
Yes.
That answers my question. Go home, kids. It's all over.
Don't die.
Oh, I didn't even have time to put in the cheat code to give Quark the tutu.
Spidey, have you ever had a name with letters in it?
Maybe.
That's good. Did you know that there are people
Up, down, right, left, circle, square. No,
Did
that
you
wasn't
know
it.
that there are people who think about
There's
pancakes?
probably a thing over there. Oh.
You're going to die if you don't keep moving.
Down, left, right, circle, square. No, I forgot what it was. The
Chip, why keep doing
up, down, left, right, circle, square. Nope.
Why does the
Up,
KKK
down, left, right, B, A start.
No,
Guys,
not the Konami code, the
everybody-
Quark code.
Everybody
No,
shut up.
proper code.
Everybody shut up. Why does the KKK have a YouTube channel?
What?
What?
The
It might be
Oh,
a parody.
no.
I don't think it's the real KKK. It might be a parody.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. There's that guy. There's that black guy who collects plants and stuff.
I don't like it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's certainly
I mean,
strange.
if it isn't real, what's wrong with it?
Oh, no. Oh, how are you supposed to get that health upgrade then?
Chip, why?
I'm trying to get the health upgrade, but it's
Yeah,
like
why-
way over
Chip,
there.
Chip, why do you suck at games?
I don't. You do.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You know, I'm glad Liam's not here because you just call me a fake gamer.
Oh.
YouTube, Liam is a fake gamer.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking said so before he died.
It was the last thing you said before you died. Liam is a bad gamer.
Yeah, it was his dying words, which particularly confused people because he had his vocal cords removed.
It was the last thing he said on his chair.
No, literally, he said it with his mouth, and words came out. It confused everybody. Like, oh my god, he had his vocal cords removed because he had pneumonia. He had pneumonia, and the muscles was not having muscles at all makes pneumonia worse. So they had to get rid of his vocal cords. I don't get how that works, but it probably made sense at the time, and that's why he could not speak. It wasn't because he didn't have the muscles to operate his mouth. It's because he didn't have a mouth.
I
I'm sorry they couldn't
see.
use them because his body was breaking
See,
down.
I'm fairly certain he actually operated the chair with his mouth. His mouth was like
his fingers to control
his
it.
mouth was like the only thing he could use.
No, it was blue into the straw, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. No, it takes two to tango.
And it takes
That fucking
three to
Captain Quark right there is
See,
That's nice.
Triple eyes.
see if he can blow into a tube, then that counts as muscles. Did it. He did it. Anyway, Stephen Hawking is dead now because he couldn't predict time travel.
Can we get an emote on the server saying why Captain Kirk
was holed up in his secret
Chip,
I can't hear you.
Chip, can we get an F in the chat?
Can we get an emote that says why Captain Quirk?
Oh, okay. Maybe, yes. F in the chat for what now?
What about Stoop?
Stoop?
Stoop Kid
What do you
from
think you're doing, you
Hey Arnold.
Do hold still, sir. This is a
He was the guy who just sat around his front door, looking at people angrily.
arms?
Oh.
Whose butt is this?
He was. They had a whole episode about him, and this guy who just sat at the door,
we really
staring,
get that
looking at
fixed.
people angrily.
One of these days.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I
Menacingly.
should have known
Yeah.
Cork was full of it. But why would
And there was a man on a roof of a building. He played with pigeons and killed
You
himself.
can ask him yourself when we
Hey Arnold was a weird show.
Oh, he didn't die.
Secret hideout in the Brandon asteroid belt.
Yeah, they Nickelodeon vetoed it. They were like, no, this is too depressing. Make him-
Even the creator said he wasn't supposed to die.
I don't
I disagree.
Monkey?
Oh, just
No,
enough to
he
get
said that
by.
it was just a fucking stupid fan theory because they want to make Hey Arnold dark.
Yes, no, I disagree.
Now what?
No, the creator even said back in the day, yeah, he's probably somewhere like.
Yes, I know. I disagree. I disagree with the creator of the show about their intentions.
Major bogus.
Clearly, I know Hey Arnold better than the people who made Hey
It's like
Arnold.
those people who watch like YouTube videos and like they tell the people who make the YouTube videos how they were how they were probably feeling in one of them. Like I know Achievement Hunter, fans of Achievement Hunter do that often because they're idiots. Like
Yeah,
most of them, not Swert.
I'll be honest. I'm not even here right now.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm just CGI.
So why is Skid a robot?
Skids is a robot because he was outside when the robot ray happened and turned everyone into robots.
Just Man says, hey, do you guys remember the Hey Arnold?
So he got roboticized.
Do you guys remember the Hey Arnold movie? I actually don't. I know I've probably seen the Hey Arnold movie, but I don't remember it.
It's bad. Don't watch it.
I remember very little about the shows that I watched as a very small child, which was the 90s
Oh, bad.
shows. When I grew up as a kid, I was mostly into Cartoon Network.
Like
But
most normal people.
I did watch some of the classic Nicktoons. Evidently a lot, but I don't remember nothing. Only thing about Rocko's Modern Life I remember watching as a child. I remember I watched an episode where Rocco was driving a car, and then he ran over a watermelon with the
Oh, I
car.
was say it was the one where he was trying to get seduced by his neighbor.
And the watermelon was angry. I know that was an episode. I do not recall seeing it.
Okay.
That Rocco had multiple day jobs because you gotta pay the bills. He works at a comic book shop and he works at a phone sex hotline.
I was only working at a fast food place.
Oh.
I'm not sure about that.
The choky chicken. That's real. Real life. It's huge, funny sex joke.
Anyway, there's a trans character in Rocko's Modern Life, and it's one of the best
That's
trans.
right.
It's very well done. She was very well done, but the usual suspects got real angry.
Apparently, before transition, she apparently. I don't know what to say, but they apparently hated their life before they transitioned.
Throughout the entire show, she was very depressed all the time. She was very depressed all the time.
It's
This
because
is,
the
this is exactly the character who, if you want to have a trans character, this is the one to
it's also
retcon.
because the creator hated his life because he worked on the same show for like several years and wanted to move on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the character was like super depressed all the time, and the only way out of that really is a drastic change to the character to have them have found themselves. It's like,
Ducks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I made ducks.
Ducky.
everyone was all
It's
like,
like, you remember the Sheepinator? It's that again.
The
But this time
Duckinator.
ducks.
Rocco's modern life shouldn't talk about modern life.
Let's talk about 90s life.
You talk about the 90s.
Remember the 90s?
I don't. I had a brain to.
Say it like those fucking grapes from South Park.
No, there was this guy. He made a cartoon about a guy with wavy lines, and he said, "Remember the '90s? The '90s were okay. Pokemon. I played Pokemon.
Remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I mean, you do, Chip. Didn't you rap the entire theme song once?
Yeah, we're doing it when it's
Yes.
going to be more dramatic. And I don't
Yep.
remember any episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that were dramatic, so I'm a bit pissed about it.
Funny
Yeah,
thing
Chip-
is, there were plenty of dramatic episodes.
Oh
That's
yes,
the
there
joke.
were plenty, and they were some of the best ones.
Yeah, they were really good.
They were really good.
Yeah, not every episode was just Will Smith annoying Shredder for the entire episode.
Yeah. One of the episodes was Carlton was driving too slow, and the
Yeah,
police
wasn't that about racism?
arrested him because he was driving too slow. And then at the end of the episode, Will was all like, "Yeah, man, police are racist." And then Carlton was all like, "No, that can't be right. Dad, is the police racist?" And his dad was, and Uncle Phil was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Uncle Phil's the best, both dad and uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is the
He's
best.
great.
Imagine
He
your
is-
dad was Shredder.
We should
How
have,
would you feel?
we should have Uncle Phil on the show sometime.
Unfortunately, I'm not good with, like, calling spirits, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he dead?
Oh right, he is dead. Yeah.
He
We
died
should
a
have-
few years ago, sadly.
Hey, JFK's a meme now. We should have him on the show.
Oh, yeah. Specifically the Clone High version.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we can't. The
Because
Clone
we're
High
going to
version's
probably
frozen.
sued.
Clone High ended with everyone getting frozen,
Well, we can unfreeze him.
flash frozen. Well, yeah, that's going to be the plot. Obviously, it's going to be a continuation.
Also, Rip Clone High.
They're going to get thawed out, and then everyone's going to be all like, "Well, I guess it's been a couple."
Oh yeah,
decades."
apparently, they were actually going to change the fact that Gandhi was, Gandhi.
Yeah, he's gonna be retconned to being a clone of Gary Coleman that they got
Yeah, Gary
mixed
Coleman.
up.
I forgot his name.
Yep, and
But for some reason, sorry.
yeah, and JFK is the JFK clone is apparently trans somehow. No one
What?
really knows how that's supposed to work, but there's so many explanations. If they got Gandhi mixed up with Gary Coleman, anything can happen.
Yeah, they just fucked up the cloning process, basically.
Yeah. You know the.
I never watched Clone High. Is it good?
Yeah,
It is good, it's really funny.
The woman who discovered radiation. Just as a
Yeah, who also
concept.
died of radiation poisoning.
Yeah, she died of radiation poisoning because she
I think
discovered
I think
radiation.
she got, I think she got uterine cancer.
She got everything cancer. Anyway, there's a clone of her in the show, and the clone's really fucked up because radiation does things to your DNA.
Hmm.
Yeah, so her DNA was completely irreparable, but they cloned her anyway.
Oh.
Fuck it.
Also, so I'm guessing you're in Captain Quirk's lair.
Something like that. A secret hideout. Yeah, there were like killer gnomes at the start. I'm not sure what's up with those. There were gnomes with swords.
They're probably the aliens who live on the planet.
Maybe. But why are they gnomes?
What if
Because
there
yes,
was
it's funny.
what if there was a clone of babies?
I don't think that's
Apparently,
possible.
I heard something about like Abraham Lincoln apparently being gay or something. Is he just Gandhi?
Yeah, he might be gay, or at least bi.
Hmm.
Since he seems to be really into that Cleopatra kitty.
Yeah. But I mean, I also just like girls, and we all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Something about party platters.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys!
Just fucking dies.
Yeah, that's his catchphrase. Every time he says it, something bad happens to him.
You wanna know why that's the joke?
The joke is that historically bad things have happened to the Kennedys, yes.
Specifically JFK's family.
Yes.
Let's see, he died, his brother was shot, his sister had a lobotomy. I think his parents both died in a gas explosion.
Everyone's sister has a lobotomy. It's not...
Yeah, she got lobotomized. I think she was gay, I don't remember.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was a cat once.
That
Apparently
sounds
JFK
believable.
would have actually survived the shot to his chest, but he had like a chest brace that kind of fucked up his like back, so he couldn't actually. It made it like super rigid, so he couldn't actually like. Essentially, it fucked up, so he couldn't actually treat his wound. And then Lee Harvey Oswald shot him in the head.
I'm trying to think of other funniest from time. I'm drawing
Gandhi's funny.
I know they do that thing with their hands.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah, that one hand thing.
Yeah, I know the thing.
That's amusing.
It looks funny.
There was one time where they invented a combination knife fork, and it was gas powered. A gas powered knife fork.
This is a warp point.
So a fork, like a spork.
Come on, man.
So what would you call that? Because we have a name for the spork.
They called it the North.
North.
Of course.
And just scrolling through Twitter, looking for something somewhere that I don't know about. Someone said somewhere. Who is this? This is Swert. Hi, Swert.
Oh,
I love you.
Oh, Swert.
I love you.
Yeah, we were talking about Clone High and how hilarious it is.
This stream's been fun.
I can tell it's already been fun. I can see the images and it's what is going on.
Chip refused to put RoboCop on screen for some reason.
Okay, so here's what we were talking about. Well, wait. What the fuck were we talking about that we
Clone High, I think.
ended up on Sheepwork?
Nothing. Sharkwolf just said it in the chat. He just said, look up the cover for Sheeborg.
It's because I was talking about.
It's Sharky's fault.
Oh, it's because I was talking about Rotor.
It's Sharky's fault.
It's because I was talking about Rotor.
You blame him. You blame Sharky for.
Yeah, you know
Well,
what
I find it hilarious. I'm looking at the second poster there, the Sheepwork Massacre, and that's literally what Liam was trying to find, is that stupid font thing.
Oh
the
God,
Chrome.
you're right. Ah!
Oh yeah, Swert, if you want a good laugh, watch the video I posted in general. It's the movie Rotor, and it's the best thing ever made.
James reviewed it. He's a movie man, and by James I mean James's friends. I don't remember if James is in that video.
No, he is. He's in every single one of them. It's basically RoboCop meets Terminator.
the Cinemassacre Presents movies.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they're rental review series, which is that video is hilarious.
I am a movie.
Yeah, why are you just murdering these aliens?
That's
Because
what you
they're
do.
gnomes.
They're just trying to
I don't
live.
want gnomes.
Gnomes don't get to be tired of your shit.
Gnomes don't get to live.
Gnomes don't get to be tired of your shit, no broccoli.
You know there are 2 completely unrelated animated kids film series about gnomes right now?
Yes,
Yep.
there's Gnome Alone and then there's Romeo and Juliet.
Said,
Yeah, and Romeo and Juliet 2, Sherlock Gnomes.
yeah.
Yep, because they
Yeah,
want,
that was like the worst.
because Sherlock Holmes is public domain.
Because you
They
know,
just wanted another gnome pun.
So here's what happened. Elton John has a movie production studio, and he likes lawn gnomes. that is all. That's all.
The first
Okay.
one was kinda decent from what I remember. The second one is god awful.
I saw the first one, don't remember anything of it.
I
So,
remember lawnmowers.
fun
Yes,
fact.
Swert, I love you.
11 years ago, today, Bionicle the Legend Reborn was released.
Oh yeah, Shark Tale
Oh, wow.
is my favorite movie.
Wow.
And
So 11
Yeah.
years ago we got disappointed by that.
Yeah, I
Terrible movie.
retweeted LJ's tweet about tweets. I movied.
yeah, did anybody have
I'm
to
not
see
gonna
what was
lie,
also commented by Win?
I know it's like not the most original thought, but I'm just gonna say Legend of Extenuity is the best Bionicle movie.
I
Yeah.
think the best Bionicle movie is the best Bionicle movie.
I hate that it got, because Massive Life was kind of a failure, it got cheated out of its chance to be a theatrical release.
in the movie.
Spidey, you sound like you're in a pillow.
Sorry.
Spider-Man, you're not allowed to be comfortable. Stop it.
Ah!
Also, if
happens
they
when I try to lay
reboot
down.
Spider-Man again, Uncle Ben's back on the menu.
Yeah. We're
I
gonna
love
eat.
that movie.
We're gonna eat Uncle Ben, and it's gonna be great.
I saw a thing where it was like, they should just have Tobey Maguire be the new Uncle Ben.
Oh god, that would be so bad.
That would be amazing.
Then again, they have been progressively de-aging Aunt May, so it's not outside the reasonable
Yeah, Aunt
presumption
May's,
that
Exactly.
Aunt
the
May's
next
fucking
Aunt May
dope
might
right
just
now.
be a 35-year-old.
Aunt May's fucking hot right now, so fuck it.
Right.
In like Amazing Spider-Man
Ben,
and in
Fire.
the original trilogy, she looks like Peter's grandma.
Uncle Ben, Uncle Maguire.
I mean, the irony is, if you think about it, they claim that Tony Stark is such a father figure in the new series, but Robert Downey Jr. I think used to have a thing with the actress that plays Aunt May. I think that's what was.
Mariz,
Yeah.
So it's not totally outside the reasonable presumption because they were just on screen flirting with each other too. That was made even more hilariously.
She
like,
apparently, so you know the guy who
awkward.
played the Thing in the old Fantastic Four movies?
Fat boy. Fat boy.
in the
The ones that
Oh,
came
yeah,
before
yeah,
Fantastic
The
yeah.
mid 2000s ones.
He actually went to the same class. He apparently went to classes with Marissa Tomei.
I was
Sure,
made it to me. I was eating. I was a cat.
Like acting classes, I mean.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
okay, here's the thing. To clarify,
I
didn't- if we're talking about Fantastic Four for a second, can I just say the unpopular opinion that that wasn't the worst depiction of the Fantastic Four in history?
Which one? French
No, not even that one. No, that was actually also not the worst. Like the original TV movie or whatever it was definitely worse.
I don't like the Ultimate Fantastic Four.
That's also pretty bad too.
I don't like any of the Ultimate comics, honestly. They're kind of bad.
By the way, because they sort of confirmed that the next Ant-Man movie is going to have Kang the Conqueror, I went down the rabbit hole.
I thought that
Dear
was the next
God,
Iron Man.
Marvel was just wow.
I thought that was the next Iron Man movie. Or
No.
Iron Man, Avengers movie.
No, Ant-Man 3 is going to have Kang the Conqueror.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, after Age of Ultron, I've stopped caring about all the new characters that come out.
And more to the point, what's funny is if you look at the comics of it, Kang the Conqueror's real name is like Nathaniel Richards. He is a 31st century descendant of Reed.
He's
Richards.
literally just some rich douchebag from the future who got bored.
And decided to steal Doctor Doom's time travel stuff from the future.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wait, Doctor Doom is still alive.
And then
really?
he said, "Screw it, I'm going to go back to the past because I'm bored." And then he decided he actually is a descendant of, yes, you guessed it, Victor Von Doom.
Oh.
Yeah. And he decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the future even further, and once he gets it back, he's like, oh, hey, now I'm on a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and I get to conquer these people like nothing, so now I've got a kingdom that's slowly dying. Well, this sucks, go back to the past. And he does this quite often. This is just his thing. This is just going to be his thing for the next 50 years of comics, basically. This is his next thing. To where he gets so bored, he decides to go to ancient Egypt and become a ruler, because he did that the first time. And then he becomes benevolent.
And then he invented card games.
Like, he also... Yeah, and Sharkwolf said it best. He also decided to go back to the past as a kid and became Iron Lad in the Young Avengers.
Did he also kill his son once?
He tried to kill... Yeah, he killed his own son. He almost tried to kill himself a few times. He killed himself a few times. He did it... He split off into different timelines. It's so weird.
Yeah,
like,
but we all know...
Is ultimately, like, he eventually becomes, like, the master of all time down the line and tries to kill himself again.
If they have an MCU version of Kang the Conqueror, he's just going to be generic bad guy.
This is going to probably be the new Stan Lee cameo, let's be honest, at that point. Unless they get Ryan Reynolds. Like, if Ryan Reynolds shows up out of nowhere...
Didn't Disney almost get in trouble for considering putting, like, a CGI Stan Lee into all their new movies?
Oh, if they do, that's wrong. The only time I'm allowing a CGI Stan Lee is if it's in Into the Spider-Verse or Spider-Man PS4. That's the only two options I'm allowing.
I think they got...
because you really can't do anything but.
Just reuse lines from Stan Lee. I think one of his last cameos was in Venom, from what I remember.
His very last cameo was, I believe, in...
Infinity War or Endgame?
If it's not Endgame, I believe it was actually in Far From Home.
I think it was Infinity War. Because I think he died definitely before Far From Home started filming.
He was, I believe he was in Endgame, wasn't he?
He was in Endgame, yeah.
Yeah,
so
like they managed to get that. Apparently, he had filmed a couple of cameos just in case for the upcoming movies.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, I'd have to double check to see what other ones he did.
I know it sucks that he died, but it's like he lived a long and fulfilling life.
Yeah,
you know,
it's gonna be sad when you finally don't see a Marvel movie on the theater screen that doesn't have him in it. I think Black Widow is the first one scheduled to be that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do we sit here and say all of what this is, pointing at everything in the world, is all because they don't want us to see that? The Cosmos has decided it wants to spare us that pain.
I don't know, I'm probably not going to watch Black Widow because I just don't care. Is it gonna have like Crimson Dynamo or something in it? Like the Iron Man villain?
Iron Man. Which one? What?
Crimson Dynamo. Isn't he gonna be in Black Widow?
Yeah, he could be. Alright,
Honestly,
somebody needs to fix the,
I don't see the point of putting all these Iron Man villains into the MCU when Iron Man's fucking dead.
No, it's possible to still do.
It's like, hey, we're finally gonna have the Mandarin, but you know, the real Mandarin, you know, after Iron Man fucking died.
It does say in Endgame, yes, he was there. He was digitally de-aged to look like he did back in the 70s, and he was the one outside of Camp High, saying, "Hey man, make love, not war."
Yeah, I remember he drove past in the car.
It also featured a digital recreation of his wife, who, as she appeared in 1970.
Oh,
it says this is the final MCU film to feature a Stan Lee cameo, but as for the non-MCU fans, in
Venom and Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Venom, he did have it. He made a cameo appearance of a man walking his dog. He inexplicably overhears the symbiote in Eddie Brock's discussion and encourages you to keep Brock's relationship with Anne alive and thriving. His dog interest and hungers Venom with the symbiote asks, who is that guy? This is the last cameo made by Lee before his death. He did not have a hand in creating Venom, though, so it made no sense for him to do it.
It's because it's a Spider-Man type film.
Does say here, Lee had a cameo in a short promotional advertisement called Spider-Man Homecoming NBA Finals, which aired on NBC as a promotional course for Spider-Man Homecoming. He utters exactly the same dialogue as the graduation guest he portrayed in the 2014 film The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That makes sense.
Yeah, wasn't he also the librarian in Amazing Spider-Man? It was during the scene when he might have been the janitor, but it was the scene when Peter was fighting the lizard in the high school.
Yeah.
And I think they crashed into the library.
Oh geez, Spidey, you're like really loud for some reason now.
Ah!
Also, yeah,
No,
to clarify, no, he did not have a role in Far From Home, but that's yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to say, if we have to go and rate any of the best cameos, I mean, Captain Marvel, his cameo in Captain Marvel was still one of the funniest for me.
Yeah, wasn't he playing himself?
He was playing himself and reading the lines from the screenplay of the film Mallrats, which is even more hilarious because, I mean, Kevin Smith went to see the movie in theaters and he saw that, and I think he said, I teared up.
Whether they referenced his little movie?
More to the point, it referenced a movie that okay, how many people have actually ever heard of Mallrats? Let's talk about this.
I've never watched it before.
I mean, if you go up to Kevin Smith, there's only like 3 movies people remember him for. It's either Clerks, and by extension Clerks 2, but Clerks, Dogma, or Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Those are the only 3 people really remember. They don't remember Chasing Amy. They don't remember Mallrats.
Yeah, wasn't that just a movie about nerds?
Which one? Mallrats?
Mallrats.
Sorta.
I don't know.
And
I'm sure my dad watched it.
In Mallrats, that was like one of the greatest ones there.
Yeah, wasn't he outside like a comic book store or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Neat.
They also did. It's either that one or I also loved where he was also in Guardians Volume 2, where he was telling the story to the Watchers.
Yeah.
The nod to the idea that he himself was the Watcher.
I mean, I do like that idea that Stan Lee was the Watcher of the MCU.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I'm very tired.
I mean, it explains why there's like 50 old guys who look exactly the same.
I am. Is it okay if I go to bed?
Oh, if you want to.
It's fine. Nobody's mad.
I like being in the stream, but I also like
Can we just skip to the end, please?
Let's see, where was I?
Yeah. Well, take care of yourself.
thinking is hard.
What the fuck, Captain Kirk?
Get your sleep, Josie.
Decide you're a cowardly
Yeah.
wuss.
Also, looks like in Deadpool 2 they added graffiti artist Domino flying through the city. That's where he appeared. But in the PG-13 cut that they put out afterwards, it does have the writing RIP above the graffiti art.
Oh.
Since they did that cut after his death.
Yeah, wasn't he in... I'm pretty sure... I know he was in the trailer, because that was like one of the jokes in the trailer. It was where he was changing into his Deadpool outfit in the thing, and Stanley's like, "Hey, are you Deadpool? Shut up, Stanley!" He just finds the guy dead.
Yeah, that was in the cameo for No Good Seed. That's the short film they put before Logan. Also, the other one is in the first Deadpool. He actually made a comment about this. He said he would have loved to have known that he was going to be the MC at a strip club. They kind of did that off-site. He didn't even get to go to it. He's like, I would have been fine. Do it.
Yeah, wasn't he the DJ in the strip club in Deadpool 1?
Yes. And his off-screen character said, "Give it up for Chastity." Oh man. To clarify, he had a lot of he basically created X-Men, so putting him in an X-Men movie is always appropriate. But he did not create Deadpool.
Yeah, that was thankfully Rob Liefeld wasn't there because he's not a guy. He's an asshole.
Also, to clarify, yes, Stan Lee cameoed in Mallrats with the Superman theme because, like it or not, Kevin Smith is a DC fan for life. Not nearly to the degree of naming his firstborn son Kal-El like some other actor did.
Like Nick Cage.
Exactly. But he did name his daughter Harley, so...
Would you say you are as big a DC fan as he is?
I'm not going to sit here and say that I would name any of my children after DC characters, however,
if you have a son,
Kyle Rayner Wirt might just be the greatest name ever.
Yes.
Or,
I was gonna say, if you have it,
you know what? No. I'm going to be honest. I'll probably name my first child Richard. Because both my grandfathers were named Rick or Richard.
Yeah, and then it could also, Robin.
And that's actually my middle name, if anybody didn't know.
So your middle name's Dick?
Yes. Middle name.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
No, trust me. You're not the first to make... Actually, you're the first in a while to make that joke. No, everybody went after the low-hanging fruit. Because I'm from a generation where Family Matters was still on the air, so...
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't go after Dick. They went after Steve Urkel. Imagine what it was like when I finally had to get glasses, though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Third grade was fun.
So they called you Urkel?
They did that before the glasses. That was the cool part. Then there was that one kid who decided to call me, and I quote, Four Eyes Warthog.
Of course.
Because, of course, my last name
is Wirt.
Is Wirt, so of course I went after the word. Keep in mind, I was a skinny kid, so it's not like they could have gotten away with fat jokes.
Yeah.
I was a very skinny and very athletic kid. Not anymore, but I used to be.
Rip.
Oh dear.
Oh,
was this the right
I'm doing
one?
so much reminiscing because of my up today. I'm just gonna say that.
You felt nostalgic today?
Did nobody actually tell you? Today's
No.
my birthday.
Oh, sorry.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I actually sent the message in Beaver House General.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, I don't check general, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I was at school earlier. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I feel like an asshole now.
No, don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Anyway, happy birthday.
Thank you. Here's the thing. I feel more bad for somebody like Indy over on TTV because he shares my birthday.
Oh.
And everybody back on the bad old days of BZ Power, if that's a name you haven't heard in a while, they always said happy birthday to either me or to Rowan McTow, who was also a staff member at the time.
Oh, poor boy.
And Envy never really got any love whatsoever.
Oh.
And I'm like, I feel so bad, so every time it comes up, I'm like... in fact, today in the TTV Patreon chat, because I'm still in there, I said, oh, hey, who wants to be the one to point out that it's Envy's birthday? Just me? Okay. Wait, when is Envy's birthday? Today? Oh, happy birthday. Hey, isn't it yours as well, though, Swert? Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
Oh.
Like...
Wow.
Like, not me. There's also another person.
Oh, that sucks.
There's another person also in Beaver House. Leo Xander apparently is also a birthday today. So I have too many people with my birthday. I had it first. Back off. No. It's even funnier because my the football coach for the Seattle Seahawks, he's actually also got a birthday today.
Oh.
And it's even funnier because the entire internet has collectively decided it's a nice birthday. Turned 69 today.
Nice.
Nice.
The Reddit thread is just bonkers right now. Nobody is letting that go.
What, the 69 jokes?
Yeah, the nice. Literally the entire thread. If you try to say anything but nice, you get downvoted to oblivion.
Oh, I found it. The snowman. There's a secret snowman up here.
Hey.
It's the Snow Dan. It's like one of the programmers on the game put his face on a snowman.
Nice.
It looks like
You get a skill point.
It looks like the guy. Oh, what's his name from Mythbusters?
Oh, Jamie?
Yeah, it looks like Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What's a quick way to just get back to the ship?
I guess just go back through.
Well, yeah, but like, there's stuff. There's stuff that you can't do.
Also, when I
Oh, kill yourself.
my own obligatory nice, I also added to this, and also I turned 33, but whatever, and I got downvoted to negative 46 on that thread. By comparison, when I did that in the actual Seahawks subreddit thread, and I said nice, also I turned 33, not as nice, but there you go, I got 6 points. Positive.
Nice.
So, I don't do social very well.
Funny sex number, hue.
Where have you been? Never mind. The Phoenix is under attack. Our shields are...
Like, sorry if I'm not going on with a whole joke. I did the nice. Could you at least help me?
You want a number that's even better than 69? 420. I saw a
You
meme
know
where
what's funnier than 24? 25.
I saw a meme where it was like,
He's lost.
you know, like Decision meme where it was like the guy with the button and he's like wiping his face.
Yeah.
It was one where it was like I think it was either dislike to make it 69 or like to make it 420. The hardest decision.
Oh dear.
You know, if this video gets to 69 likes, then we'll do something, I guess.
Yeah. If this video gets to 69 likes, I'll say good job. Thank you.
Right. If it gets up to under 420 likes, I mean, stop making spam accounts, but, you know, thank you.
Pat you on the back and yeah.
Give a hug.
Ooh, don't know about going that far.
Oh, fuck, I had this meme that I thought was pretty funny. Give me a second. Yeah, it's like an order of lewdness, I guess. It's just so dumb. I can't find it.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound like something you should be posting.
No, it's not that bad. Like, it's a fucking... Well, I'm just gonna spoil it. It's a joke about hand holding.
Oh, I see.
Here it is.
Oh, Mr. Ataka says Kingdom Hearts is turning 20 in 2 years. Oh.
So it's legal now.
Hey now.
Jesus.
What?
The first game came out in 2002? What is this?
What is this? It's like the Ball Rock. Oh, by the way, I'd watch out. That's also the 20th anniversary of the Ball Rock.
Oh god.
Oh no.
We're on the... Oh god, we're actually at the 20th anniversary of Bionic Lane, like...
I was about to say.
Oh my god.
Also, we still have to plan for Bionicle Day 2.0.
Oh, European Bionicle Day?
Yes.
10-8 day.
Doing that?
I mean, I haven't heard anyone saying we're not doing that, so...
That's fair. I've been trying to nail down other things, but I'm so busy with other stuff, and it's like, well, I can make them a Kuda deck, but then Liam's like memes, and I'm like, that's... Thank you, but not helpful.
That basically sums up Liam.
Yes, it is. He's lurking, isn't he?
Some days, memes, other days it's being serious, and other days it's just shitting on me for some reason.
Yes.
Calling me a fake gamer for some reason. Even though I beat Sonic Mania.
At least you did that.
And I would call myself a real gamer because I made myself suffer through the entirety of Duke Nukem Forever. You know, I wish
Well,
I
that just makes you a masochist.
yeah, true. I wish I wish I had recorded that so I could actually get something out of it. It was pain. It was such pain. You know, if it wasn't very controversial, I would be up for doing a video on it. But it's not even like funny like Duke Nukem, it's just gross.
Mm.
Like the wool boobs. Ugh. It's just so fucking gross in general.
Anyway. Yeah, okay, I think I'm probably nearing the end of the game now, because, like, the home base are attacks by ninjas.
Ninja robots?
That feels like a, you know, we're almost done sort of
That
thing.
seems like a 90% of the way through type thing.
Yeah.
Yes, ninjas don't show up until you least expect them.
Exactly.
Or totally expect them. Just remember, always
Did
expect
you
them
just
to
die?
go, you're never disappointed.
So yeah, apparently some of the X-Men movies are now on Disney Plus.
Yes.
That's pretty
None of the good ones, sadly.
No, not the first three. It was.
No, the first one's there,
Oh, okay.
but the other ones are the Wolverine, Days of Future Past, and fucking Apocalypse.
Yeah, no. Why? Oh,
They don't even have. I understand why they don't have Logan because you know, it's. You know, it's.
Yeah, they have the original Fantastic Four, but not Fan 4 Stick. Oh no, wait, there it is.
I want Logan to be here. God damn it! These fucking assholes are gonna sit on the rights forever and never use
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna give us a PG-13 Logan. You just know
it.
it.
Ugh. That defeats the entire purpose.
That's why they won't sit on, or they won't give us Deadpool either. And you know we're never gonna see that.
No, they're gonna give us an edited Deadpool,
Probably.
like the TV cut.
Also, I know that they're pushing these movies. These are definitely. Are these movies in alphabetical going backwards? I guess they are, because they're giving us Endgame, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Infinity War. Those are alphabetical. Or chronological.
Apparently Disney has 2 streaming services now. One for kids and the one for, like, more older people, I guess.
Oh, did
So
you
why
hear CBS All Access is getting rebranded altogether?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But why doesn't Disney Plus do what Netflix does and just have, hey, if you want to see adult content, just click this thing, because we own some of that.
Knowing Netflix, they probably patented that shit, first of all. Secondly, it probably not something they thought about. And they can always nickel and dime you.
Or just have a tab with all the Fox movies.
But no, CBS All Access is rebranding to, and I shit you not, Paramount Plus.
Oh god.
Of course.
Of course.
So I'm waiting for that to happen.
Hey, at least we have a way to watch Bumblebee at home. Right? That's a good movie.
That's on Amazon Prime right now anyway.
Oh. Well, that's the only good Transformers movie. I don't care what anyone else says.
It's actually arguably a really good movie.
I still haven't seen that one.
It's really good. It is the best live-action Transformers movie.
Yeah, and technically Disney still does own Hulu.
Wait, what? They do?
Yeah. Well, it was always a partnership between... Who was it? Was it Fox and...
Oh, Hulu. Oh, Hulu was owned by Fox, and now Disney owns Hulu.
Yeah.
So it's... Oh. Now they own, what,
I'll
2 or
look
3
up-
streaming services?
I'll look up who created Hulu. Hang on.
I know Hulu had some Marvel movies on it. Like, I think they had Iron Man. I think they really went to an Iron Man for a while.
Probably.
Like, I think Punisher and I think one of the Spider-Man movies.
Well, and Amazon had all of the original like Universal movies of Marvel MCU. So they have all.
So like all 4 of them.
Yeah. And then when Disney bought Marvel, they basically reclaimed all those rights except for Hulk. Technically,
because no one likes that movie. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not Disney Plus, is it? Because it's a Universal movie.
Right, and Hulk is still owned by Universal as a character, so he cannot be the main character in any of the movies. So if they ever make a Planet Hulk, which they can't because, well,
they're technically, yeah, they already did.
No. They actually piloted it in with Thor Ragnarok. That's
yeah, no, they already did. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's funnier if you think about it.
Yeah, apparently Mark Ruffalo said something about. Firstly, I don't like Mark Ruffalo. He seems kind of like an asshole, but he said something about like. We will have a solo Hulk movie, and that means I'll get more money. That's obviously what he meant, but you know what I mean.
So,
Spidey, you're still really loud, by the way.
It's a little.
Just turn my audio down.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I can do that in Discord.
Sorry.
So here's the thing: Hulu was originally created as a mergership between AOL, NBC Universal, which is now Comcast,
AOL,
Facebook, MSN, MySpace, and Yahoo as the initial
my God.
partners.
Oh my goodness.
So they became. So
like,
these are.
Go ahead.
So these irrelevant things became something even more irrelevant.
Yeah. So hang on. When they named it and they went live, the Hulu, like the announcement went up. Only an announcement. There was no content on it yet. They were just going to leave it as a beta. And then they began the private beta by invitation, similar to Gmail back in the day. They launched for public access in the United States March 12th, 2008.
Damn.
It was the first product to launch was the Hulu Syndication Network, which was designed and developed by the NBC Universal team from New York, and it went then up to the Hulu.com destination site, whatever. Advertisers were put on there during Super Bowl 43 with an initial ad starring Alec Baldwin titled "Alec and Huluwood." And then there were other ads including Eliza Dushku, Seth MacFarlane, Dennis Leary, and Will Arnett was also part of those.
Did they not get anyone relevant?
Eventually, the Walt Disney Company joined in April 2009 with the entire consortium as a stakeholder with plans to offer content from ABC and Disney Channel. And in 2010, the Hulu chief executive blah 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 said the service had made a profit in 2 quarters and that the company could top $100 million in revenue by summer 2010.
I think, I'm just gonna say one more thing. I think there are some Disney things still on Netflix because they like have a contract or something that they didn't just they didn't even bother fixing when they made Disney Plus.
Yeah. Anyway, eventually though, obviously, so like I said, it's between AOL and all these other people, but NBC Universal got bought out by Comcast in between like then and now, somewhere along there. So
Comcast is definitely pulling the Disney.
And NBC Universal has actually pulled away from all of this stuff and started up Peacock Network, which is their own equivalent stuff. And somehow Fox got involved with this, so it was NBC and Fox and a few other people. In December 2017, obviously Disney acquired 21st Century Fox, which included their 30% stake in Hulu, and therefore Disney has 60% interest in Hulu. Eventually, AT&T sold its 9.5% stake in Hulu because they were AOL Time Warner, and that also included AT&T bought Warner Media, which was AOL Time Warner, became Warner Media. That's the whole thing. So AOL's no longer involved. And yeah, Comcast relinquished its control to Disney effective immediately May 14, 2019. So the streaming service became a full division of Walt Disney Direct-to-Consumer International, with Comcast effectively becoming just a silent partner. Under the agreement, Comcast's 33% stake can be sold to Disney at a fair market value as early as 2024. So they still own it, but they don't have to actually do anything with it. Fair market value will be determined at that time. Disney guaranteed a minimum valuation of the entire company at $27.5 billion.
Jesus.
So Comcast's stake would be worth at least $5.8 billion. This is all money
What?
that none of us are ever going to see, so why do I even care, is a question. So
Also, it's a
NBC
streaming service that I don't think any of us have.
There it is.
No, not anymore.
But how are we
Hulu
supposed to take it
pretty
out?
much is
I think
worthless
it's got
nowadays
an even
because
dent in
of
that
the
thing.
Disney Plus
Then
stuff.
we will need a
Yeah,
big
exactly. The only thing,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the only reason
where are we
people
gonna
watched
get
it
that
was
kind of
because
firepower?
it had some of the X-Men movies and some of the Marvel movies on it.
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm loving how we're
Do
talking
it.
about all this
If you can
as
get me
he's
inside
still
the command center,
playing.
I can override the targeting
Yeah,
system.
I have nothing to say about any of these streaming services that are available in America and nowhere else.
Oh, that's right. They haven't made Disney Plus available in Britain yet, have they?
Oh, no. We do have Disney Plus, finally. We got that
It's
in
not
like
Hulu.
April, I think.
So
Yeah, we don't have Hulu.
here's the fun
Hulu
part.
sucks. It's not good.
So even though Comcast pulled out of its thing, NBC Universal will continue to license the content through at least 2024, but will have the option to begin transitioning its exclusivity deals with Hulu to a non-exclusive term beginning in 2020, and to end content deals beginning in 2022. So Disney stated that its control of Hulu was the third major component of its direct-to-consumer strategy, complementing its other streaming service, ESPN Plus, and then Disney Plus, because everything has to be a plus. When are we going to see Hulu Plus? I'm
not gonna lie. Or Netflix Plus.
Yeah, Netflix Plus.
Remember when Netflix used to sell DVDs?
Remember when Netflix used to be cool?
No.
Remember when they didn't make controversial movies to stir up trouble like Cuties?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Doesn't it have like a 1 star or something?
I don't know, I haven't looked into it.
I'm not watching it. I don't want that. I don't want the government to know I've seen that.
I don't want to have seen that, regardless of if
Yeah.
anyone knows.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that streaming service. Well, I don't love it, but I like that. I don't like that streaming services are becoming like cable channels.
Yeah,
We
everyone's
should
got
be
one.
moving away from this.
I mean, I suppose that the thing is, like, you got two options. Either every network has its own streaming service, so you've got to pay for all of them, or there's one streaming service that has everything, and so they've basically got a monopoly on it.
Yeah, they're both bad.
Neither one's really ideal. Yeah.
If they do start making their own streaming services, make like streaming service packages, like cable packages.
Hmm.
So you get like
Yeah.
15 channels in one. I'm sure there
But
could be
then,
like the shitty
you
one.
said, but then, like you said, you know, we're trying to get away from the cable TV model, so...
Yeah. You know it's going to turn into that. Like YouTube's starting to become that.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, yeah.
Does YouTube want to become like a TV network or something?
It always has.
Yeah, DVDs are better. Like I like physical more because it's, well, they're also just cheaper.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, like I'll buy like second or third hand fucking games on the internet. Like most of my games are like either Xbox One or Xbox 360 games that I got off the internet. Because
yeah, it's great.
they're either fuck off expensive, like every single Call of Duty game on Xbox has not dropped price at all, even the old ones that
Jeez.
came out before I was even born.
That's weird, because I always see them for like £1.
Yeah, they're
at
still
flea
selling
markets.
Call of Duty they're still selling Call of Duty 2 for $30.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Then again, we say that.
Battlefield
but
has the same problem apparently.
how many people honestly sit there and want to buy like old cartridges of old games anyway? Like, can you imagine how much a sealed copy of GoldenEye would be right now?
Good point.
I mean, it's also an N64, which is not really that good.
No. You know what the irony is? So there was a small little pop-up like museum of gaming that was put nearby in Seattle, like what was it, 8 years back, 10 years back, something like that. God, I love it.
Can have like an interactive display where you can play some games.
Yeah, and they had an N64 and they had Superman 64 in it.
Oh god!
Nice.
And here's
Did
the
they
thing.
Did they have ET with the
actually-
2600?
No, I didn't see one. But here's
Oh.
the thing. I actually got a chance to play Superman 64, and I actually did pretty damn well with the rings. Because
Yeah.
the problem is... Oh, did I get... What was that?
What was what?
Did I get disconnected?
No, I could hear you fine the whole time.
Okay.
That was me. My audio was starting to fuck up.
Oh, okay. No, I was able to play Superman 64 just fine because I understood. I had seen Video Game Nerd doing his review of it, and it's like, this is just terrible, and look at the way the sticks move. It's because everybody that tries to play that game, from what I understood from another reviewer, they're just trying to legitimately try too hard in doing it. So if
it's a game that you don't want to put effort into.
Right. You have to do a sensitive movement. The sensitivity of the game was a little too high. So thumbsticks, when you're using the thumbstick, you can't push it all the way to the edge like you do on, like, say, Halo right now when you're moving forward.
Or as an example for the time, like Mario 64 or GoldenEye or something like that.
If you just put a little pressure, it moves you just enough. You don't go flying everywhere like you would see otherwise.
But the game is still a giant glitch.
Oh, it's still really bad. Don't get me wrong. But
Wasn't
once
there supposed to be
you can get through it.
I heard there was supposed to be like a GameCube and I think a PS2 port of the game, but they got canceled.
Yeah, probably.
Because Warner Brothers were being assholes with the whole project. Like they had to prove. I think they had to approve every single thing about it, which just made it go slower.
I wouldn't be surprised. It is Warner Brothers after all.
Apparently they had like this big story bible. You know how fuck, what was it? I think it was when they were like making the 1990s Godzilla movie. They had like this giant story bible they had to follow that Toho gave them. Initially, it was the same thing with the Superman game. They like Superman can't destroy buildings, he can't kill people, which
Yeah, well, I mean, these are all lore-related, like, limitations. It makes sense.
I think it was a good idea to set it in a video game, which makes sense for why Superman wouldn't care about destroying things.
Yeah, I think that was one of the justifications that they made. That's a good justification, if you ask me.
Yeah, he isn't like Optimus Prime when one time when he let a bunch of just 3D models die, he killed himself.
By the way, Mr. Ataka brought up a good point. It's like Disney with Kingdom Hearts 3, but with everything. Fun fact, somebody actually looked at that. I don't know who mentioned it directly, like where I got this information, but if you look back at Frozen, the whole level, oh man, it's like they absolutely were designing this game around the same time when the movie was originally being made, back when Elsa was still going to be a villain. Because that was the whole thing, was Elsa was going to be the villain. Period, stop. Because that's what it is in the original short story.
Yeah.
So, as soon as they changed the ending to be where literally nothing like the original happened, they had to rewrite parts of Kingdom Hearts to match. Man. And
yeah, I think now
you can kind of tell, based on all of the levels, how broken that whole thing ended up being.
I kind of feel now that Warner Brothers and DC just don't care anymore when they license out things to people to make shit better. Look at Man of Steel. They did not care about what Zack Snyder was doing at all. Oh, Superman kills people? Yeah, that's cool, dude. Who cares? It's just a dumb movie.
You know, the problem is,
like, that ruined Superman for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people think Superman's just some boring, like, nobot. Like, just guy with a god complex. It really isn't.
Let me explain this as best I can. Literally, there's so many different writers out there that have the same problem with Superman, that he's boring, you write him boring, blah blah blah, and it's like,
we're supposed to be
go back.
As a... Sorry.
I'm thinking of the movie or the comics, and there's also a movie that they did put out, which was do you remember the animated movie Superman vs. the Elite?
Was that the one where like he snapped halfway through and killed those guys?
He snapped, and it looked like he killed them. Yes.
Oh wait, no, I remember. It was playing in a doctor's office for some reason. Didn't he like focus like a laser blast through a guy's eye and like destroyed part of his brain or something?
Yes.
He can use his powers.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're
All
talking
Star
about.
Superman's also an amazing comic as well as an amazing movie.
Superman, the whole point of Superman is that he embodies the good parts of humanity.
Well, here's the thing. He embodies the good parts of humanity because that's all he ever knew. Back in
He grew up in
Smallville.
bumfuck nowhere, Kansas.
Exactly. And with his powers, he was basically raised to think good.
Use these for good. That's why Red Sun Superman is a bad person. Because he grew up...
Okay. I'm gonna stop you. It's
Okay, I'm not
not
gonna
that
say...
he's bad.
He just does wrong things.
No. I'm gonna stop you again. You're
That's all
looking
you do.
from a perspective that is skewed. From the perspective where he was raised in Red Sun Superman, he is doing nothing but good. Because his good is different from our good at that point.
Yeah,
And it is also a telltale warning. It's like the movie that they put out with Sony, Brightburn. It tells the story of Superman, except twists it with this kid.
Red Sun is actually good.
Yeah. Like, Brightburn was a really fucked up movie.
Yeah, it had a good idea, but it just wasn't a good idea. Or a good movie, I mean.
No. Oh yeah, and Superman kills Stalin, basically. That's the funny part.
Oh, I thought that Stalin had like his stroke and Superman took over.
It's not like that. It's still. More importantly enough, though, there's also the fact that Lex Luthor basically he becomes president of the United States.
I think he's the president. And I think he like funds Batman and Wonder Woman to try and kill Superman.
Well, Batman in this one is also a Russian. Wonder Woman joins with Superman's cause because he is the first man that she ever really gets to know, because Themyscira is sought out by the Russians, I guess. I don't know.
Because they want to weaponize them. To stop the filthy capitalists.
Yeah. And Batman only becomes Batman because, well, the regime basically murdered his parents, and, well... Because there's one constant in any universe, is it doesn't matter, the
Waynes always die.
The Waynes will die, and...
Or
even
lose
in the,
at least one person.
At least one person, because, of course, then there's, well, the best one.
There's also isn't there also a universe where, there's a universe where it's like Bruce's, like, half-brother caused the hit, and, like, he killed his entire family and he becomes Owlman?
Yes, there's that universe as well. That's, Thomas Wayne Jr. is how...
Yeah, Thomas Wayne Jr.
Yeah. Of course, there's also then where there's also Thomas Elliot, who is, Hush.
Yeah. Which I'm sure they got the name from.
Yes and no. Thomas Elliot was, I think, a character that was made for Owlman. I'd have to double check that.
Oh.
I kind of hate how they did that in the movie, though. I'm not going to even begin to spoil Batman Hush in the movie, because I still like some of the meta of that movie.
Like, is it good or not?
It was... the movie itself is good. I liked it. The ending sucked.
Ah. So it's like a Batman movie.
Yes. Here's the thing to remember. They were going off of... They were combining like 2 or 3 stories together, including the romance between Batman and Catwoman, which, again, I don't mind. I personally think she is absolutely the right person for Bruce. If only because their relationship kind of works in a statistically cruel way.
It's kind of like if Daredevil and Elektra's romance was done right.
Yes. Very similar. Going into it, though, the ending was not good. They did it so poorly, and I'm so frustratingly pissed off at that ending. I'm just not even gonna go there.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I got to like the wrong place in here. This isn't even supposed to be where I'm supposed to go.
You found
like a secret area.
You found a secret area on
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah. Like where am I supposed to go?
Don't you hate when you do
it's
that
up
in a
that
game?
way.
Don't you hate when you do that in a game where it's like you try and go on the right path, but you find a secret instead and get stuck?
I mean, usually you don't get stuck if you're doing it like that, but
No, I mean like you.
I know what you mean.
You think
Yeah,
like,
I
where the
just
fuck
hate
am I
that
supposed to
where
go?
I start talking about Batman, and all of a sudden I'm stuck in a secret area. And
Yeah, that's how it works.
And that basically sums up my time in the Arkham games.
by the way, Chip, if you ever think about it, I think one of the greatest ideas for a podcast series might just be reviewing the old Batman animated series. Just as
That would be pretty cool.
interesting as it would be, because they're only
could al-
like 20 minutes long.
If you do that, yeah, they're also kind of cheap actually. Apparently,
Yeah, well,
I think they're also all on DC Universe.
they're on DC Universe. They might be on HBO Max.
I think you can also just straight up buy them on the Xbox
Yeah,
store.
yeah, they're dirt cheap on streaming services right now of some type.
If you do that, are you gonna lump in like the movies and Batman Beyond?
Only if they're readily available to both Chip and anybody else who wants to join in. Because I would love to review Mask of Phantasm as well.
And Return of the Joker.
Maybe.
There's ways
That's
to make
Batman
things readily available.
Yeah, true. You could just buy files from DC Universe.
Yeah. The Immortal Z-Man did ask about what do we think about the Court of Owls rumor to be built up in the new Batman movie trilogy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those guys. Those are like the secret cult. Those are like those cultists that tried to kill Batman once.
Yes, and they tried to recruit Dick Grayson as a Talon. That was fun. Like that
Yeah,
was.
is that where you got like?
that was
Is that where like the Batman
fine.
showed up or something?
Yeah, that the Court of Owls storyline more or less came into being around when Dick Grayson became Batman because Bruce Wayne decided to become, dead. He was just having
As
a
you do.
situation.
Supposed to
Yeah.
be dead.
Well, supposedly dead. He got murdered, death killed by Darkseid, which means he's perfectly fine. He's just going to be back in a while.
Yeah, he was just turned to a bomb.
Yeah, that's a whole thing as well.
Remember that time he killed Darkseid
Yeah, that was weird. He shot him.
with a gun?
Yeah, he shot Darkseid with a gun.
That I think mimics his Omega beam, so he couldn't just shoot it at the sky.
Yeah. And for some reason, he also shot him with the same bullet that was used to murder Darkseid's own son. That was even more hilarious.
That's weird and poetic, Bruce.
I think he did that deliberately.
Yeah. Just add insult to injury. Batman's cool.
How do we get up there?
How do you feel about the whole thing of in some universes Batman killing? Not like other universe Batmans like Thomas Wayne, I mean like Bruce Wayne Batman.
I don't know. Swert, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Okay.
Oh. I meant, I was saying, how do you feel about, like, Batman, not like alternate universe Batman, but like Bruce Wayne Batman murdering people? Because I don't really like the idea of it. Because it goes against the whole thing of Batman.
What do you think?
On the one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, it was a clone, so it doesn't matter.
No, I mean just in general. Like the whole, like, idea of Batman killing people. Like in Batman vs. Superman. He just murdered like 30 people. And I mean, the whole point of Batman is that even though they're criminals, he still doesn't kill them because he doesn't want any kid to go through the same thing he had to go through.
Sorry, I was dealing with something in the mass posting Discord panel.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna get yelled at for it later, but you know what? I don't care. I just nuked one of the channels.
Oh. That's a big oof.
It was probably necessary. Anyway. Somebody said it was excellent long overdue what I just did.
Speaking of Discord servers, I joined a new Discord server recently. It's called Big Booby Mommy Milkers, and it's a place
That's my cue to leave.
where you just you say hello, and then everybody says, "Wow, nice tits," and then you leave. That's it.
That's amazing.
There's also like a video game built in or something, but like, I mean, who cares really?
What the fuck?
Good times. But yeah. Apparently Superman the Animated Series is getting a Blu-ray release. That's gonna be cool.
That's good.
Neat.
That show's good.
Yeah, it was a good show. Ironically, only like 4 episodes total. That's my fault though. My sister was big into Livewire at the time though.
I love
She was cool.
I love the what's it called, the Justice League show. It's good. I'm gonna have to go, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
See you around.
Hey, yeah. See ya, Speed.
And now it's just us.
And now, yep.
Also, I do have the original Justice League DVDs. Like, I have both those and Unlimited on one box set. Yes.
Nice.
It was originally like 180 bucks. I got it for like 67.
Neat.
Yeah. No, I do love Justice League and Unlimited. The only thing I really regret with that show, of anything, was I kind of wish it had ended where it did on the first Unlimited season. With just talking about the epilogue of the revelation. Oh yeah, by the way, your father is Bruce Wayne. Because that was a perfect way to end the whole thing, the whole universe.
Anyway, so yeah, Ratchet. I like Ratchet. It's a good video game sometimes.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea personally, but you know. Oh. And I just got the part.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I'm not sure which of the original trilogy I like best at this point. Because the original, it's clunky in a lot of ways, but it's also a lot simpler, and I kind of like that. Like, all of the weapons are useful, like, all of the time, basically.
Right.
And, like, you know, every point of health matters. It's a good game. And then Ratchet 2, it, like, you know, it makes things a lot more complicated. It, you know, adds in weapon upgrading and just like a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And then Ratchet 3, you know, I'm not sure about Ratchet 3. Like, it's a lot more linear than the first two in that you don't go back and forth between planets so much, except to like go to Slim Cognito when he's got a new item in stock, but that's just like one thing and then you're gone. The first two games had a neat thing where you would like go back and forth between planets and like get stuff so you could visit new areas in planets you've already been to. And I quite like that. Kind of miss it.
You know what I really missed with some video games, personally? I just miss the aspect of being able to just drop in and play the whole thing start to finish in general. What I mean by that is, I mean, every game it feels like has to be, you've got a campaign, that's great, but then you got those games where it's like, alright, here's a campaign, and then you get to do whatever you want after that. Here's the tools to do whatever you want after that, and just keep paying us money and do it that way. That's like I'm seeing Marvel Avengers getting hosed for that reason alone.
Ugh, yeah, that does not look like a very good game monetization-wise.
Monetization-wise, it doesn't look good at all. I'm okay with the fact that it has a decent campaign, and from what I'm told, it's a decent campaign. I like that it has that. I like that it has a story to begin with, and it's not just like Destiny-related content. Yeah, there's sort of campaign, but you're gonna have to play around and discover it, and also pay us money to keep going with it.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that Activision stopped being a factor there. Yeah, basically what I mean is, I think the last game to be a complete package game, that it's just, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. It's been a long time since we've had a game like that. And in fact, some games, it took a while to get to that point. So, one, for example, is the Assassin's Creed. I think Syndicate would be the best example. It has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end. And yes, there's monetization, but it's not intrusive monetization. Okay, you get a cosmetic change, or you do get, you know, some kind of in-game currency that allows you to buy other things, such as like a map or something, to find all the treasures and stuff, but it's not necessary stuff.
Right.
Nowadays, when you're playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I have experience with that more recently than I have any of the other ones, you kind of, it was worse in Origins, but in Odyssey it's a little better. But you can buy all this stuff with the in-game currency, and you can do this, you do that, you can buy little time savers to advance your rank and all that. It's just, come on.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
No. That's what kind of drives me away from. I'm hoping that they fix some of this with, what is Assassin's Creed, Valhalla is what I think the name is.
Oh yeah, the Viking one.
Yes, because I really want to play a Viking game. Like,
I know.
I don't, and I gotta deal with this again.
There is one thing you should know by now. Do not mess.
Yeah, it's weird how there's like not many Viking games like at all. The only one I can think of right now is For Honor, and that's only a third of Viking game.
From the Phoenix.
I guess there's probably like there's probably something, but I don't know. Chat, do you know any good Viking games? Or just any Viking games?
A new model even more dangerous than the one you just destroyed.
Where is it?
Nefarious has a master control.
There's like so many interesting periods of history that there just aren't games about. God of War. Yeah, the new God of War is quite Viking-ish. He's got an axe. He's got a beard. He's got a son. That's a very Viking-ish thing. Who else? Who else is there? You know, I have most of the God of Wars. In fact, I got like the first two on PS3. Like the HD collection versions of 1 and 2, I got those. And then on PS4, I got Ratchet 3. I got God of War 3. And I haven't played any of them. I think I just got them like for free with PS Plus. Local Z-Man, I can't recall any Viking games. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, another thing is pirates. Like, there's a few pirate games, but like, really not many. Like, there's, okay, Sea of Thieves, that's the most recent big one. There was Sid Meier's Pirates. And that's kind of it. Like, unless you count the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean games, I guess.
I'll bet you miss your old shield charger, huh?
God damn it, Slim Cognito, stop calling me back to the same planet over and over. That's what I hate that about Ratchet games. I hate going back to the same planet. Oh. It's not even a good weapon, is it? Assassin's Creed 4 is a pirate game? Oh yeah, it is. Black Flag. Yeah. That's the one people like. Presumably because it's pirates. I don't know if it's any different mechanically. Other than, you know, it's got boats. Compared to the other Assassin's Creed games. I tried playing the first Assassin's Creed. I didn't get very far. It's weird. Apparently the later ones are good. Like 2 and onwards, I hear, is when it is good. But I'm one of those people who can't just start with 2, I gotta start with 1. I don't want to start with 1. Did I seriously not buy the plasma coil in the last game? Really? Well, I guess I got it now.
What did you guys do to win all these free?
One is really rough. Yeah, it is. It's... yeah. including the PC version, which is how I've got it. I got it on Steam with like a bunch of the other Assassin's Creeds. They were in a bundle, and like I don't know what's up with it. It just like it runs really weirdly. It's like it runs at a high frame rate, but a really unstable one. It like jitters and judders all over the place. Versus even the copy of One I Got won't work. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just like that era of games is just becoming unplayable on modern PCs. Because, I mean, that happens all the time, you know?
Which one? Alright, I'm back.
Oh, Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah.
Could be...
It's a thing. Yeah, no, Sharkwolf has it best. Assassin's Creed 1 is basically a full-length demo of how it plays. It's not until you get to Assassin's Creed 2 that it feels unplayable.
Right.
And honestly, Assassin's Creed, my very favorite copy of all time is Brotherhood. That is absolutely my favorite of the Assassin's Creed series. Because that has the best of everything you're going to get, to and including being able to train your own assassins, which is a great mechanic. You get to level yourself up, which is a great mechanic. You don't have to pay for anything, which is also very great.
Yeah.
You get to upgrade your little villa thing there, which is I love doing that because that's just something that you get to level up and be like, hey, look, this area is open now and I get to use it and it's cheaper than everywhere else. I love it. Or you have like those side missions that allow you to do the quests and buying stuff, getting better things like a map to a different treasure room and all that. It's amazing. It's stuff that you have to grind for, but it's not it's a playable grind that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Revelation I also liked as a game, but it's not my favorite because there's also that one moment where another guy's trying to stab you in the back and you're not paying attention to that quick time, you die. You ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's such a broken mechanic though. The problem is everybody knows who you are when you enter the area, so you've got assassins coming after you too, but not like assassin. So there is a guy that tries to run up behind you and stab you in the back every so often. He's not even a mission; it's just keep you on your toes. So you always have to be watching out for that guy. It's funny.
Yeah.
I should also clarify, I do buy DLC for quite a bit of my games, but only if it's something I plan to play later anyway.
Yeah.
So like the Lego game,
Same.
I just buy Deluxe always.
Yeah, it kind of makes more sense that way for those games.
Yeah, I mean, it's a $10 upgrade. Who cares? It doesn't bother me. Especially for like, what is it, Batman 3. I was super excited for it because it was finally, like, giving the lanterns a bit of something.
Ratchet, you're going to need the tour guide.
Superheroes, or supervillains, I mean. I also bought the Deluxe because, hell yeah, this is one of my favorite things ever. I finally got a right-sounding Joker in a game. What can I tell you? I'm also a little sad that we didn't get to hear the gloriousness of Sir Patrick Stewart as Kang the Conqueror for Marvel, what was it, Avengers 2? No, it was... I don't remember which game it was, but it was the latest for Marvel. They were still doing the Voice Actors Guild strike at the time. So I'm sad.
So I'm just doing a Tyrannoid talking rhythm mini game.
Yeah, I see that.
It's kind of weird. I don't know why talking is a rhythm game, but like, I mean, it works.
I mean, it makes sense if it's interpretive dance.
True.
This gave you a lot of leeway.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, there we are.
I don't know why they made you do 4 of those. Game
yeah,
usually comes in 3s.
from what I hear, these get quite long, these conversations that you're supposed to have. I'm just a happy little Tyrannoid, don't shoot me.
No shoot, no kill.
Yeah. I guess, like, the conversations are longer than they were earlier in the game because now all the other Tyrannoids are robots, and they're suspicious of you because you're not a robot.
Gotcha.
So I must say the trailer for Ratchet Rift Apart on PS5, I really like it, how it looks. Looks real nice. Not entirely sure what's going on with the story because, to the best of my knowledge, the Dimensionator was destroyed, but apparently is just back. So that's a thing. I guess I'm gonna find out what's up with the story as I play through all of these games, because before now I have played Tools of Destruction and Crack in Time. I've not played whatever the other one was, Nexus. Which was called Into the Nexus in America. Let's see.
Such a weird mechanic for this game. It's just transforming and then having to talk.
Yeah.
And they still shoot.
Oh, of course.
Sorry if I was also talking for just a minute there. I decided to eat a fruit snack because my sugars are a little low. I can feel it.
Fair.
I woke up at 7:30 my time. It's now 3:26 p.m. I'm also trying my best not to, suffocate out here because I don't know if you know this, but I have to live on the west coast of the United States. And we go on fire, yo.
Yeah, Josie was talking about that earlier. There's just a lot of fires going around. Sounds rough.
Sorry, I had to throw something in the chat there.
Yeah.
The irony is I was not alive for that movie. I managed to avoid Transformers as a kid because it was well past my time. I was just between Transformers generations. My generation was Power Rangers. Period. Stop.
Ah, right. Yeah. I was a kid when Transformers Armada was a big thing. And also Power Rangers. Power Rangers Ninja Force, I think. Or Ninja Storm.
Oh, okay.
One of those.
Yeah, okay. See, I stopped watching at about... I saw parts of Lightspeed Rescue. Does that tell you how old I am? That was the last of it I had seen, but I was there for the very, very, very beginning Power Rangers.
Okay. Yeah, it was Ninja Storm and Turbo Movie. That was my Power Rangers.
Yeah. Yep, Turbo. I remember... Very old story there, though. I remember hearing that it was going to the theaters, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be amazing. I'm not going to be able to see it because my parents don't let me see movies because we didn't go to the theater. It was a stupid idea for us. Why would we ever want to go to the theater when we could just get it on VHS later?
Yeah.
And I learned how to do that patience thing. I never went to the theater until I was 13, when my step-grandmother decided at that moment, yeah, let's go to the theaters. And then the movie she chose to watch or grab for us, because she had only heard through hearsay it's a good movie, was The Nutty Professor 2. And she was mortified. about the Nutty Professor too, to the point where she then took us to go see something else instead. Would you like to know what that was?
What was that?
The first X-Men movie. And we somehow figured that was a tamer movie than Nutty Professor 2.
I guess. Oh dear. Oh, that's not what I wanted to select.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that
original Turbo was going to be 3 hours. Oh, that's sad. Anyway, so what I'd seen was I then saw a trailer on Fox Kids at the time, and it's like, look, coming soon, Power Rangers, Turbo, and I'm like, what? It just hit the theaters. You're going to put it on TV like that? That's cool. And then I watch it, it's like, oh, wait. So this is the show now. I was a little bit less than thrilled at the thought of them just rebooting, because again, I was a little spoiled because the first Power Rangers had 3 seasons of the same Power Rangers, like powers and all that stuff, and then they brought in Zeo. I'm like, this is incredible, because I'm a dumb kid. I don't know any better. That this was just a rehash of the original, like, Sentai footage.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't occur to me how expensive it was to be able to make this show if they continued on that path. So then we get to the next part where then they run out of the Zeo footage, and I'm like, okay, now what? So yeah, I begrudgingly got through Turbo, and then we got to In Space, and I was a little more into it. Then we get to Lost Galaxy, and that's kind of where I lost it until Lightspeed Rescue came along, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do this. I stopped watching shortly after, though.
Mm-hmm.
I only know so much about any of it because of Lucar's History of Power Rangers movie. And even then, I didn't watch all of it because I kept around for bits and pieces.
I think that Power Rangers could be a good, like, Gathered Friends series.
It really could. It's a great...
It'd be a long one.
Oh, God, yeah. And then we'd have to figure out, okay, will Saban sue us? Or, oh, wait, they're dead. Alright, will Disney sue us for the other parts? They probably don't care. Then again, they might. I think they actually gave away all the rights to the older stuff that they actually, like as part of...
Who owns the rights to it now?
Oh, I'd have to look.
Because it was Saban, and then it was Disney, and then it was Saban again.
And then Saban just kind of up and died. So what owns it now? Hasbro officially owns it. They bought the Saban brand, yes. Which is fair. I mean, yeah, the subsidiary and all that. Does it say they're officially dead and gone? No, I don't think so. I think they just sold assets off.
They keep killing me when I'm trying to kill them.
Well,
okay, right.
Rip the dream of ever seeing a Power Rangers Lego set.
Oh, yeah.
Same pit that all the Transformers Lego and all the My Little Pony Lego went. That's never gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was a big thing, and some people that were just a little too ignorant at the time to understand that Hasbro would never license anything to Lego.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if only we can get My Little Pony on Lego.
Also, geez, these guys here, they take 1/3 of my health when I'm at max level and have the maximum armor. In a single shot. Christ.
Yeah, you think they would give you a bit of an upgrade just to handle these guys?
You'd think so.
like a shield, like a...
I mean, there are shields I can use, but they're, I mean, I don't know. They're kind of difficult to upgrade, so I don't use them much.
Yeah. So somebody asked about Kamen Rider. I am familiar with it. I never had a chance to really watch any of it, but I am familiar with the tropes of it. I'll say this: the only knowledge I have of any of the Sentai style shows of the day were either through Power Rangers or when they did. Do you remember hearing about VR Troopers?
I remember hearing about it, but I never saw it.
It was really a weird one. They also did the Beetleborgs. I don't know if you ever remember them.
Again, heard of it, never saw it.
Gotcha. that was another one of those weird. Like, I liked the idea behind it. Was instead of it just being random aliens, it's a ghost with the power of granting wishes? Question mark. And he creates the Beetleborgs out of the 3 kids because it's like, yeah, I'll grant you a wish of anything you want. They're like, well, I mean, could you make us into the Beetleborgs because it's a comic? And then the bad guys have the same sort of power to create whatever from the comics. And so they hired the guy that wrote the original comics to draw assets to fight the Beetleborgs. For reasons.
Of course.
And then they had the same problem with their armor not working for them because they ran out of Sentai footage. So they had to give them upgrades. Apparently one of the actors that did VR Troopers is the guy that did the mocap for the Doom Slayer in Doom 2016. That's awesome.
Huh.
I'm glad. You don't usually get to hear any of these, oh, he also voices Goblin Slayer. You don't usually get to hear good things for actors from those old school, like, Fox Kids style shows. Like, you don't get to hear them having good times afterwards.
No.
Most of the time, they just have to go on the convention circuit just to get some love. I mean, we see that all the time with, like, say, who were they? There was a pair of them that was at Emerald City that they were excited to just meet fans, and it was pretty awesome. I thought it was incredible that Billy Yost actually showed up at Emerald City. Just had his own booth right there in the main expo center, basically, and just meeting people. Obviously, he was selling stuff,
but yeah.
Knowing how much, like, what happened behind the scenes now at the ending of it all, it just makes me really awesome. It paints him in a better picture, I think, than it does the producers. That he's willing to let bygones be bygones and chill out with the fans. As compared to the producers who basically, yeah, that's all. Now I gotta remember. I think it was... No, it's definitely not looking it up. It was Power Rangers Time Force. The
that was
two actors that I met. Yeah, Time Force. I met the two of the actors from that. I'm trying to remember their names off the top of my head. Hang on. I think it was them. No. I saw them, but I didn't have a chance to go meet them. They were there, though. No, it was a different series. It's definitely not Wild Force, I remember that. Yeah, Mortal Z-Man said he met Johnny Young Bosch, who was Adam in Maya Morphin. Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch is one of those, I'm really glad that he got to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Rangers is literally Virgil, apparently. Yeah. Wait, I remember now. Okay, is this what I'm thinking of? God. I'm sitting here going through my head of all of the characters it could have been, and I'm like, come on, I know this. Who am I thinking of? The actor, because I can see the name. I just don't see it immediately. So I'm just trying to go through my line.
Yeah.
Nope, this is not the one I wanted it to be. Hold on. Okay, here's the original. There we go. Ah! Steve Cardenas is who I meant. He was the one that took over as Red Ranger in Power Rangers, and then became the Blue Ranger in CO.
Ah.
He was one of the ones that I met, and I think it was also... I'm trying to remember who the other guy that he toured with was on that. it's one of those like I gotta sit down and think really hard. Who am I thinking? Because I know it was definitely Steve Cardenas who I met, but there was another guy that was next to him in the same, so I'd have to. Of course, now I'm going to the Emerald City Comic Con exhibitors list to see if I can find him from last year.
Yeah.
I love that I'm just derailing your entire thing. My bad.
Oh no, it's fine. There are no rails. Let's see. This is something I can just shoot these guys with. There we go.
I will say one of the greatest things I was able to see last year was, or not, yeah, last year, it was, I got to meet Peter Capaldi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He had come for, Emerald City Comic Con 2019. Really chill guy. You could definitely see he was really happy to be able to meet so many fans. Like,
Yeah.
like, I have this thing where I can see in somebody's eyes whether or not they actually are, like, dead inside. Didn't see that in him. Didn't see it at all.
Okay, that's good.
Like, I guarantee if I were to meet somebody like, say, I don't know, who would be a good example of somebody who's just like, I'm just here for whatever. Like, I'm trying to think of a set, like a. I can't really think of any actor right now that would be a famous stature. That's also not like. There was an example, and I don't really want to use it right now because unfortunately he's no longer with us within the last month.
Oh.
And now that we know the reason, it's probably reasonable enough to assume why he had that kind of look in his eyes. And I'm not trying to speak ill of him. I'm trying to think of another example that's not that.
Right.
But yeah, there are some actors who are like only known for that one role. I suppose you could kind of say that about, like, say, who am I thinking of? Adam West. You could tell,
Right, yeah.
for a long while there, he just was not happy with being himself. Oh,
But then a lot of the time he was very, like, you know, up and proud about being just the guy known for being Batman.
Yeah. Eventually, I think, honestly, I think what really saved him for the most part. What really saved him for the most part was probably Seth MacFarlane. So what's the one thing he decided to do? He made him completely unrelated to Batman, completely unrelated to anything he was. He just became a caricature of himself, and it was glorious.
Yeah. You know, I still haven't watched a single episode of Family Guy.
Okay. That's a loading subject. I don't think that would be good as a Gathered Friends. But that's an option. You know what? I honestly do believe if Mark Hamill had not gotten the role as Joker, he probably would have been in the same position as what I'm describing, because he would have only been known for one thing. And that.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he was able to do so many voice acting roles and just he's done a lot more than just Joker. That's the funny part.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely a lot more well known for that, though he'll never escape Luke.
Yeah.
I know that. But not to say that Luke is a bad character. He's not. It's just I think I prefer a lot of his own respect in some cases.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, when you are the token guy that's gonna sit there and be the hero of the day, and everything is all on your shoulders, and you have to be such a Boy Scout. It kind of has the Superman effect. You can never see Superman do anything other than what you see him doing in the comics, and we tie that back over to the other one. But when you're the villain, it doesn't matter what you do. People will not expect anything less of you because that's what you were expected to do in the first place. So short of having a part there where Joker has that moment of clarity, kind of like in the Lego Batman movie where he said, yeah, no, I'm going to surrender. All is a ploy to get back at Batman. Mm-hmm. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Because the goal is to upset him so much that he finally get should we talk about that movie as a topic? 'Cause that's a topic.
What, the Lego Batman movie?
Yes.
I like it.
Oh, I love it. But there are so many things going on in that movie that unless you're paying attention to it, a lot of it's going to just not fall into place. Sort of like Joker's ultimate plan to get caught doing nothing, sent into the Phantom Zone so that he can go convince other bad guys all together to come out of the Phantom Zone so that he can actually, take over all of the area just to get back at Batman for not loving him enough.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a weird, twisted movie, but I love it for that. Because it also explores so much of the topic of Bruce just having so much, abandonment issue. It's such a deep movie that unless you are paying close enough attention, that's what I really loved about the Lego movies is you have to pay attention to what's going on, or it's just not going to go. Oh yeah, and the actress that voiced Catwoman is also playing her in Batman too.
Oh boy, Sharkwolf was not lying when he said that this guy is a bullet sponge. Here it comes with the big lasers. Oh, and the big lasers just stay there, okay. And now they're gone. And now they're back.
I just got down a rat hole, I just learned something. So, Zoe Kravitz is the actress that we were talking about. And her new stepfather is Jason Momoa.
Oh.
So, Catwoman is canonically the stepdaughter of Aquaman. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, cool. Props to them. I mean, everybody deserves to be happy, but...
Yeah.
And apparently she also briefly dated Ezra Miller, so officially Catwoman had a thing for the Flash. Like... Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into the details of private life. I don't like doing that. So.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I just find it. Also, yeah, somebody else, or Immortal Z-Man also mentioned the Guyver movie. God, that movie is... The first one was true. I've not seen any of the others. Mark Hamill was in it as Max Reed. I guess is the villain? Question mark?
I'm running out of weapons here. What have we got? Shields, Rift Ripper.
No, I guess he
I'll do much to him.
He wasn't the villain. He was just a CIA. That's okay. Yeah, I probably should go watch some of this stuff. I mean, that had its own series on its own, just a manga series, and it had a 12-episode OVA. Maybe that's what he was in intermission. He's between series 2 and 3 of EPO.
Oh no! I almost got him, and then he got me.
Oh, what did they put Mark Hamill on the cover of the Guyver? Oh, of course, because they want to try to make you think he's the Guyver. And it was some literal nobody that probably was excited to be in alongside Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill was just like, I'm just glad to be in a movie that doesn't involve lightsabers.
Oh, wait. I beat him? What? But he had like most of his health remaining.
You know, don't complain.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Your reign of terror
Unless it's
is
a fool you. To make you think you
oh.
really won.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a fake out. But that didn't happen the first time. I don't think so, anyway.
I mean, he's doing the stereotypical, I am defeated, I have no choice, I must, whatever. It's totally a fake out. I'm sorry.
I think that cutscene just failed to play the first time I did the boss fight. That's why I was like suspicious of it, because it's like, that didn't happen, so I guess I did do something?
Like, that might just be its own, that's gotta be on TV Trope somewhere, right? The honest to God fake out ending. Like, how many games have had a fake out ending like that? Similar. Probably none.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I can think of at least 3 off the top of my head. Arkham City had a fake out ending because there's a whole thing with you think you've defeated the bad guy, but it turned out to actually be another bad guy, and you still have to defeat the other bad guy, who is also alive, but isn't the bad guy you thought it was.
Yeah, I can think of a couple others as well. Nier Automata. That whole game, and probably the Draken cards as well. I haven't played those though. Completely built on the premise of, like, you know, the whole multiple endings thing, but in a way where you could just play up to the first ending and think that's the end of the game.
Right. The movie form of that is called, of course, Return of the King. I'm not wrong. Do you remember how many endings the Return of the King had officially? Like,
I don't, to be honest.
Okay, so first there's the part where you see Frodo and Sam, and they are about to be consumed with the lava, and then it fades to black. And then the Eagles come and rescue them, and then it fades to black. And then they're in Rivendell, and then it fades to black. And then they're getting the coronation of the king going, and it fades to black. And then they're back in the Shire, and then it fades to black again a little bit. And then you finally get to, like, the last of 2 endings where you see Sam and Frodo, they're happy. You know, Sam's already finally gotten married, that was the whole thing. And then you get to see the, you know, them leaving for the ships, and that was the official ending. And, of course, half of that didn't even happen in the books, but we won't even go there. But also, Immortal Z-Man, if you've never seen Lord of the Rings, I would highly recommend it. I would recommend the extended editions if you're going to do it, and prepare for a weekend. And if you do watch it, I mean, obviously watch the Hobbit series after Lord of the Rings, because some of it requires you to have seen Lord of the Rings before you watch the Hobbit. Which is hilarious because it's a prequel, but let's not go there.
Yeah.
Let's not even go there.
Isn't the if you watch all the like extended editions of Lord of the Rings, if you put them back to back, isn't it like 12 hours long?
Oh, something like that. Yeah, the extended editions are just bonkers. The first Lord of the Rings trilogy, I've actually got them digitally because I said, screw this, I want them. I have them in HD and I'm happy with them. I have the original 3 movies on DVD as the standard, the cut down versions.
Yeah.
And they're all widescreen editions. I'm happy, except for that one extra DVD that I had, which was full screen, and I said, I hate this. Why did we ever get full screen? Because the full screen of the day was actually not the widescreen as we know it today.
Yeah, I know, because the movies were produced in widescreen, but people's TVs didn't have widescreen,
right.
So they just zoomed in and cropped it.
I love my generational gap. Just always. And I gotta update my CD collection because, well, yeah, I bought some stuff. I also found a code for Inception that I still had, so I put that in my thing. So I'm happy. I still have a working code of Inception for a Blu-ray copy, so now I'm not going to.
Nice.
I also found a working code for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That was nice. I added that too. Let's see. Alright. So the first movie with all of its trailers and all that stuff. Well, I mean, this particular one, because it has all the bonus content within the video itself, so it's a 4-hour, 52-minute, file.
Yeah.
Then you get to the 2 towers, and that's 4-hour, 57 minutes as well. And then you get to Return of the King, that's 5 hours and 41 minutes. So I don't know how long the movies themselves are. Because again, it has all of the stuff embedded, because this is how we used to do it.
Yeah.
Let me look at what it says for the extended edition on, the other way to buy it. Yeah, it still says, at that point, Lord of the Rings Return of the King extended is 4 hours and 23 minutes. And it comes bundled in with the other stuff on it. It's so... I don't know. Anyway, for The Hobbit, because this one is less broken, I do have all 3. So, Unexpected Journey, which is where they didn't... No, I guess they embedded everything to it, because it now says it's 3 hours, 3 minutes on that one. I had some really fucked up files, I'm sorry. They're not pirated, these are all ones I legitimately purchased. Here we go. Desolation of Smog was 3 hours and 7 minutes, that's the second movie. And then Battle of the Five Armies, the extended edition, is only 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Is this important, sir?
But it didn't come with any bonus features, apparently.
Right.
Do I really need them? Probably not.
I call it Base Odyssey.
At that point, wouldn't you like to sit down and watch a nice, short movie like Doctor Strange, only clocking in an hour and 56 minutes? And I don't remember why I purchased Rogue One. I never sat down to actually watch it. There are 6 extended cuts for the Lord of the Rings series. I also did buy Star Wars Force Awakens, but I don't mind buying that. That was actually a really ironically. I actually don't mind The Last Jedi either. I bought that too. Did I buy The Last Jedi? I don't see it here. I got Knives Out. That's cool. I love that I'm talking over everything happening.
Yeah. I guess this is the actual final boss now that I'm doing, because the other one was just nefarious, and now this is the final boss. Right. So that's pretty neat.
Did I not buy The Last Jedi? I thought I did. I don't see it on the list. Maybe I just had a fever dream and thought I did. Black Panther. Happy about that.
Is there any ways to dodge roll in this thing?
right.
Where is this?
I got a free copy of the Blair Witch Project for some weird reason. The original. I don't remember why I got that, but I do. I don't actually have Solo, a Star Wars movie. I do have Rogue One, and I do have Force Awakens. I think I bought Rogue One as a sale, like it done so poorly that I decided to put it on a sale. That's how I did Lego Ninjago movie. I got it for like $3. Which for a $20 movie was not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I own the Lego movie like 3 times over, the original, because I bought a DVD copy for... The folks bought a DVD copy, I bought a streaming version, then I bought a Blu-ray copy at some point.
Oh boy, this final cutscene, like, it's quite obvious that they just switched to a pre-rendered video file because it's extremely blurry.
Yeah, I see that. That's...
Just get us out of here.
Yeah, like you can even see it through the stream.
We're live from the star-studded premiere
I will
of the
say,
latest
I'm also
Hollow
not
film in
ashamed
the
to have
Secret Agent
purchased
Clank series.
Batman v Superman, the
Atmosphere is
extended cut.
positively electric as thousands of fanatical fans clamor for a glimpse of their
And
favorite
I also have
celebrities.
Justice League, unironically.
Neat. Mortal Z-Man says, is that robot supposed to be David Bowie? Probably. Probably.
Probably.
He said that his song was Bass Odyssey, so I'm guessing that might be like a parody of Space Odyssey.
That would
or
be the most
whatever.
logical.
I was gonna say Space Oddity, but that's the Star Fox thing, I think.
No, Space Oddity actually is the name of the song.
Oh, okay. I get confused about what's a parody and what's the real thing.
Yeah, no, Space Oddity is the original name of the song. So Base Odyssey would be the closest to a parody of that.
I have been waiting
Yeah.
for this moment a long time, and now I am going to blow you into a million
And
pieces.
now we get a clip of a Secret Agent Clank movie with a monkey.
Well, he got that
You
monkey
know,
off his back.
this guy is suffering so hard from the James Bond villain. Go back to what it says in The Good, Bad, and
Do
the
not
Ugly.
even think about
Don't just talk. Shoot.
What? Wait, why was Ratchet wearing his power armor in the movie theater?
Why wouldn't he be?
Everyone else is in like casual clothes.
No, there were some others wearing their stuff too. I saw it in the beginning parts of that.
Okay.
Alright, well, that's the end of that.
Oh yeah, there we go. That is Monkey. That is Monkey. That is Ratchet and Clank
That is
3. That's what I meant to say.
Yes.
Yes. Fantastic. And you know, there's something about these Ratchet and Clank games with their credits, which are just like names scrolling from left to right. It's kind of weird. But cool. Anyway, so yeah. Wow, that was slightly longer than the other Ratchet games. Pretty cool though, pretty cool. Most of that time, I admit, was spent on grinding the sewers and the what's it called? The challenge battle area. But yeah, you know what? Screw what I said earlier. Ratchet 3, it's great. I like it. And that does actually conclude the original trilogy of Ratchet games. So I guess next up is Ratchet Gladiator, also known as Ratchet Deadlocked. I got that one on the actual PS2, so it won't be the bad HD port that everyone hates.
No, that's good.
Have you seen what they did to the HD port of that game?
I'm so listening.
So, okay, I mean, first of all, it is in HD, so that's nice and all, but they really messed up model scaling, so like sometimes characters' eyes will just sort of clip through their eyelids and stuff like that. And in addition to that, the camera's broken, so sometimes the camera will go inside characters' heads during cutscenes, and also everyone just sort of jitters around. Like, whenever they move, like, every half second or so, they'll just sort of go, and then, you know, move more than they're supposed to.
Oh, jeez.
It's very strange. But from what I hear, gameplay is alright, so...
At least there's that, but if it looks and feels better on the original, you might as well play it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the one I got, so, yeah.
I'm sort of torn between the idea of, do I want to watch, like, if I'm gonna buy a game, but I already have the system that it originally came on, and then they put out a remaster, should I ever go for the remaster, or should I just buy the game, or play the game that I have?
Right, yeah, which one do you go for?
Because, like, I got sucked into that with Assassin's Creed, the Ezio trilogy, because I don't touch my 360 ever anymore.
Yeah,
But they put all of those same games backwards compatible with the Xbox One, so what do? So I ended up buying it.
Yeah.
Still don't regret that, because it's just more gamer score. Why not?
Fair enough.
Yes, I am an achievement hunter, in case anybody wondered. And yes, I follow them on everything too, just in case you also wondered. Oh shit! My friend my friend Matt is currently doing charity streaming. He just received a $200 donation for his charity stream.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's only one game, maybe two, that I've ever got a platinum trophy in. The first is Sonic Generations. Got on PS3. Got a platinum on that. And then I think I got the platinum in Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed as well. I think. I'm not sure on that one. I definitely did like all the story content and got all the unlocks and everything. So yeah, yeah, Z-Man stream has been fun. I like it. It's good. It's been fun doing these, and I will continue to do these. So I don't know why I'm making it sound like it's the end. It's just the end of this game.
It's the end of this game. So
yeah. So yeah, next time will be Ratchet Gladiator. Then after that, I'll probably do the PSP games. So Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, and then Secret Agent Clank. Yeah, I'll figure out a way to play those that doesn't entirely suck.
that would always be nice.
Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, there is one more game after those, which is a secret. I'm not telling you about that. Before then, the PS3 games, starting with Ratchet and Clank: Tools of Destruction, and then Ratchet and Clank: Quest for Booty, and then Ratchet and Clank: Cracking Time, and then Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus. And then there's a few side games, and then that's it, because the PS4 game doesn't exist.
PS4 doesn't exist?
PS4 does not exist, no.
Okay. Good to know.
No such thing.
So, what I'm getting at
it.
here is, from what it sounds like of your upcoming streams, it sounds like you're going to be playing God of War. Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. And maybe some Uncharted.
Probably.
Alright, cool.
A little bit.
Sorry, I'm trying to turn it into a joke because you just rattled off every Ratchet and Clank, and I'm like, cool, so you're playing this. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason this game has a credit for its USB headset audio driver.
Yeah, I saw that. Why?
I've never seen that in a game before. Isn't that like a system level thing?
You know what? Based on how long ago this was, it's entirely possible that it's just,
Actually, yeah, because the PS2, like, yeah, I guess most games didn't support USB headsets, but maybe some did.
Maybe this one, yeah. Because here's the thing. You have to remember, consoles back in the day were very, very basic. In fact, the Dreamcast was so basic, all of its operating system was being run on the disc as well as the game itself. So you actually could run a whole copy of a computer from a disc in the Dreamcast.
Yeah, they sold Linux discs, didn't they?
Yeah. So you could actually write an entire operating system for Dreamcast and run it.
Yep. And of course that system didn't have very good anti-piracy measures, so you could pirate games on it too.
Yep. Not that we ever advocate it.
Well, I do.
Well,
What about you?
On the Dreamcast, maybe.
Will come along in 5 or 10,000 years.
I'm pro-pirate, I'll just say it.
Fair enough. I try not to be.
Yeah, like, you know what? Obviously, I'm all for supporting developers, like, that, absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when it comes to older games that, like, either just straight up aren't being sold anymore, or the only way you can get them is through the second-hand market, I'm totally fine with pirating them.
Yeah.
Because, like, the only person that would be getting the money is the second-hand people, and, like, they can do without my £5.
I was about to say, it depends on where you're going for it.
Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. That's Ratchet 3. I'll go ahead and turn the stream off or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Thank you all for coming down, being cool,
All I have
being
to say
watching.
is, yeah.
Yep.
Just don't buy. Go ahead. I was gonna say, just don't buy from G2A. That's all I care about. Don't ever go there.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I did buy one game from G2A a few years ago, and that was Batman Arkham Knight, because they had it on there for pretty cheap, and it had all the DLC, and I'm like, might as well.
Yeah, I can play that on my phone right now. Fun fact.
Nice. Anyway, yeah. I said all the goodbye stuff already. See ya, folks.